to read. Morning, y'all. It is Friday. It's Friday, Fun Day Friday. And it is the 25th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after. Your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your hosts for today, my own royalty.
It's your girl, Just Jean, representing the Black Queens in the fitness scene. How you mean?
We have a lovely guest with us today. We've got a special guest host with us. So, please let the people know who you are.
Hi guys, my name is Miles Turkson.
Oh, your mic.
Give it down.
Hi guys, my name is Miles Turkson. I'm from Virginia, United States. I just moved here about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. I will say, do you know what? I was thinking about how Americans dress. You dress very lovely.
Thank you.
But I realized actually, it's the women that aren't being the charges. It's not the men. American men dress well.
I don't.
Depends where they're from.
I think.
Y'all don't get me in a shits and gigs situation. Don't do that.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh! That's right.
Not saying that you're just bad.
No, you're dressed nice. That's what made me think about it. I thought, oh, that's a very nice outfit. Then I started thinking, oh, but Americans, always the thing about Americans dressing. I said, oh no, it's the women. For me anyway. The
Do
girls,
you know what I think it is?
Child.
No, I think it just literally depends on like.
Can you put the mic in front of you, please?
To be fair, he's been pointing for a while.
Do you want me to eat it?
Go on.
Because now I feel like it's blocking my face. No? Okay, sorry. It's fine.
But you said the girls?
No, I think it just depends on like where you're from. If you
Yeah,
get what
I
I
do
mean.
think
Because I think generally
yeah.
speaking, like the people I see online and stuff, I feel like they dress nice and they can dress. And then obviously there's some people that is way over there. But then I feel like that's the same here. Like there's people here that I see that can dress, and then there's people who are on the spectrum. And I'm like,
yeah, I think because even when it's like the celebrities and stuff. I think it really just depends. There's just certain individuals. I think I see less people that can dress nice than I do more. I can't even lie to you. I'm thinking about it in my head now, and there's just different atrocities.
What's the age group of people that you're thinking about?
Oh, everybody.
I'm thinking about like the people who are like Playboy Cardi fanboys and like take those pictures with their back turned to the camera and stuff like that.
Nah, because
those people they can't dress.
Because even sometimes, even like the Real Housewives, some of them can't dress. But because it's like a label, because it's like a designer label.
Yeah, okay, that's.
Do you know what I mean? They feel like, oh my gosh, but you sister. We here says I'm from Florida. It depends on the area you're from.
yeah, I guess
so.
Florida right now, dang.
And Americans love a boot. The women love a boot. Don't matter what the outfit is. They just throw a boot. It's crazy. Anyway, how are you guys doing?
Thank God it's Friday.
Listen, I'm so
happy
tired
it's
this
Friday.
week.
I'm
Same.
exhausted.
It's actually been mad.
Yeah. But we get extra hours sleep on Sunday. The clocks are going back.
What am I doing on Sunday?
So
Okay, I'm gonna be at home. Because I feel like whenever that happens and you're
you're
out,
out.
it's stupid. It's just wasting my time.
Yeah, but you're gonna be at home.
I'm gonna be at home.
You're gonna wake up and think, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. No, it's 8. Go back to bed.
I thought y'all stopped doing that.
No, it's every. We've been doing it's every year.
It's to do with the season.
I thought the US was the only one still doing it.
No, we literally do it every year.
No, yeah, it's to do with the season because it's darker earlier now, so they have to adjust the time, which is a funny concept to me.
Did you hear the reason why it even started? Because of farmers.
Yeah, it's because of farmers. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah. Something about them. It's nothing to do with farmers.
Like
anyway.
they need more time to work on the
yeah.
crops and stuff like that.
So that's why they shifted it.
When you say farmers, are you talking about slaves?
Ooh.
Was that during slavery time? But
You know,
not them trying to
you
rebrand talking about
know.
farmers. They were not farming.
It
With
might
slave,
be.
they were picking things.
I haven't done the research.
You might have a
It
point.
don't sound right. Talking about you want me to work longer.
You might have a point. I'm
That's
not gonna
capitalism
lie.
at its finest, boy.
I didn't.
That ain't it.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. But
That ain't it.
you're onto something.
This country. Brent, how are you, sir?
I am blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
All right. Let me just say hello to everybody in the chat. Good morning, Timmy. Good morning, Davina. Good morning, Mr. Ashlows. Good morning, Antonia Hansen. Good morning, T. Good morning, Toby Sahid. Good morning, Bex. Good morning, Amy Snowglobe. Good morning, Black Mara. Good morning, Marlon Stars Hip Uhuru. I think Starship Uhuru. That's the one. Good morning, Chijoke. Good morning, Brickavelli. Good morning, Easy Bambino. Good morning,
Brickavelli.
FDC. Good morning, Dr. Amani. Good morning, We Here. Good morning, Abimi. Good morning, Gin and Gist. Gin and Gist, how was the event yesterday? Good morning, Supermode. Good morning, Rebranded. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, TT. Good morning, Mirad Semra. Good morning, S. Awez. I don't know how to pronounce that. Good morning, but why? That is it. Good morning, everybody.
Wonderful.
How come you were early today, Gina?
Can we like stop?
To be fair, I did not think I was going to see you on the couch. I was shocked when I
Because you don't have it on Monday as well.
Yeah, when I pulled up and no, to be fair, yeah, I thought I was the first one. And then when I opened the door and I saw you, I was taken aback
You were like,
a little bit.
jump scared.
I was out. well.
Yeah. Trying to do things differently.
Love that for you.
But you know what? I don't want to speak on it.
Then when you don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, please. Let's just continue as normal. Ain't nothing to see here.
I hear it.
Fair.
I hear it.
All right, let me just shout out our professor, Daryl, our teacher.
Big up Daryl.
Our
Blake.
mentor, our educator. He is nominated for Role Model of the Year, and we need to all vote for him.
I said and is, like he is.
Oh, and he is the Role Model of the Year. And I need everybody to vote for him. I'm going to mention it a couple more times during the stream. But we ain't seen us during the weekend, so we have to do our damage today.
Damage, y'all.
All right, let us get into the show.
Yeah, let's get into Lest We Forget.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'll tell you the rest of it during the next music break. All right, lest we forget, you guys know it's Black History Month in the UK, the month of October. So this month, it was Zambia's Independence Day yesterday. Big up Zambia. I actually saw a thing, a reel.
Brent.
I didn't understand the grunt.
Brent.
You're not Zambian.
Brent.
Got Zambian relations.
Just please.
That's so random.
You know what you're doing. He knows what he's doing. He's so lucky because you know what's so funny? I was about to... Stop it!
Right,
I was about to do... Esther, I was about to go.
I'm actually so done. I hear it. I might actually go Zambia, you know? Because basically I want to go to an African country for my 30th.
I'm not going to lie, it is beautiful.
Not South Africa.
I wasn't going to...
No, I'm just saying, no, do
you know what? Do you know why I think Zambia would be nice as well, yeah? Because also you can do Victoria Falls and they share it with Zimbabwe.
What's Victoria Falls? Is that
big, massive, like, waterfall?
Oh, I saw that in the girls' reel.
Like, it's really, it's something.
Zambia literally came up on my explore page this morning.
It's beautiful, and there's a hotel that I would recommend you stay
Yes,
at.
please. I really want to go to an African country for my 30th birthday. Like, that is my plan.
Kenya, actually.
Yeah,
do you like safaris and stuff like that?
Well, you were chilling with Simba and them.
Yeah.
No, girl.
Because that's why I was... So
No,
in Zambia, there's like a hotel where there's like... No, that's Kenya. I think Kenya...
Did they put me in a hotel with lions?
No, the hotels live... The animals live in the hotel. Like, as in you wake up in the morning, you look outside your window and there's like giraffes or zebras.
I'm so glad I'm someone who reads reviews.
No, but it's like zebras and they're not... It's not like animals.
Do they run though, these animals?
No, it's just a zebra.
Do they run?
You think a zebra will kill you?
Like, it's just chilling.
Okay.
No,
Thank you very much.
Or a giraffe outside your window, you know what I mean? With his really long neck. It's like, oh my God, whoa.
But you know animals run.
That's nice.
That's my thing. I don't. I'm more.
Yeah, but you know that I'm scared of animals.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, because you walked with the lions.
Yeah, for content, Esther.
I wouldn't even do it for content. I wouldn't even do it if there was money on the line. Like I wouldn't even do it if they were like I wouldn't.
It's my job. It's different.
Well, and
See,
that's
it's
the thing. And
different.
that's why. No, but that's why I say that you're kind of. Do you know what? Actually, you're appropriating my culture, and I don't appreciate it.
Wow.
You're appropriating the fear culture.
How?
There's no way, Gino, that you are genuinely scared that you're doing this.
Do you know what
But I feel like you beat your fear though, doing it.
Do you know what it is? The first time, okay, so I've done it technically 3 times, but anyway.
Gino.
No, but different experiences. Different experiences.
And all 3 times was content and work.
No, so the first time...
You enjoy it.
No.
Okay.
The first time was different because we didn't actually get to... It was like just after COVID, so we weren't allowed... They weren't allowing like human and animal interaction like that.
Fair.
So we was like in a cage and we just kind of like drove in the area, and you got to see them.
Even that, you know,
and
I'm having heart palpitations.
Do you know why it was scary? Because there was one year he was attacked. When I say she was attacking, like she wanted to eat. There was a baby on our thing.
What, a lion?
Yeah, and basically they say that like any lions, if you're small, they see you as prey, innit? These Oyibo people decided to bring their children, isn't it? Like I'm talking toddlers, and the toddlers are like clinging on to like the cage and trying to like.
Oh, see.
Yes, obviously when they're doing that,
Baby, you about to be breakfast.
ma'am underneath is literally
Trying to get them.
It was so scary. Yeah.
And when the kids, but when the kids are where?
Yeah, but you know kids don't.
Because they don't have any
They were
sense
like
of danger.
3 years old, and they're from Miami actually.
I'm just thinking the lion trying to play with them.
Yeah, but they were just like whatever, and I was like, I would never bring my kids. Anyway, so that was the first time. Second time was when we did the actual walk, and I'm going to be honest, my spirit left my body, like legit.
Is that the one where you wore that flowy dress?
Yeah, because I was like,
because I couldn't believe it. I thought you should have been in there in like running shoes.
I said
You gotta be in the spandex. Nothing that can be grabbed.
I even wore sandals on a flowy dress. I said, if today's my last day on earth, at least I'm going to look nice.
You said today will be my last day.
Literally.
Boy, you are playing with that.
No, but with that one, no, honestly, Esther, genuinely speaking, my spirit, like, I remember how I felt, and I was trembling, like shaking like a somebody. Like, I was so scared. But you know, you just have to...
You know what? Actually, my feet wouldn't have been able to move. Like, they would have been, okay, let's start the walk now. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to. But my legs just aren't connected with my brain to move.
No, you'd have to, man.
And your third time?
Because if you didn't...
And then they'd move me.
The third time, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't as bad. Because I knew what to expect. And it's the same lions as well, innit? So I went the year after and they'd grown.
So you need them.
I was like, oh my gosh, my
They're your little friends.
You've grown.
Can you see somebody that says to have a fear of animals? Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Nah, but that's the only thing.
The appropriator.
That's the only thing that I would do. I'm trying to think what could be worse.
Is Zambia like a lot of safari vibe?
I don't know.
Because I'm going for the beach vibe. I want like relaxation 30th. I'm not trying to...
You don't want to do safari?
No.
You don't like it? Okay, can I be honest? You don't like a sprinkle of fear?
No.
Like not even a dash?
No, I just think life
It gets the people
going.
going.
No.
It's a little bit provocative.
No, I'm on relaxing
No?
only.
Like I'm on good vibes, relaxing, chilling.
You know what it is?
That's my vibe.
It's like I like stress.
Listen, you like problems always because that's...
Literally.
Yeah, I'm not into like... What's that thing they call it though? It's not a thrill, it's...
Thrill seeking? No,
there's another word for it. It's something seeking, but yeah... Adrenaline, is it adrenaline? I don't know.
Adrenaline rush?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I like to be grounded. I like to know my,
Yeah.
I don't like rushes. I like just mellow.
I like to know exactly how this is gonna go.
Thank you very much.
But
Thank you.
This is why I don't venture in the sea. So you see water stuff.
Yeah, that's why I don't go there.
Water
either.
stuff.
You know, I did the snorkeling in Mexico last summer, and then they brought us out to the coral reef, and then I was there. I looked down, and there's like a stingray right under me. Like if I put my foot down, I'm gonna kick the stingray. And I thought to myself, if I die here, my dad will never forgive me.
No, literally.
I just
you know
got back on the
parents
boat.
as well.
I just got back.
You know, like when African parents are like, how are we going to tell people?
Exactly.
Because how can we tell them that this is what our child went to go and do, and then this is now the outcome, and then now like,
What?
I do want to snorkel.
I can't play with the sea.
Like, I've snorkeled.
I do 10, 15 minutes.
I've done snorkeling, and it's like I did it in Mexico actually years ago, but
You
it was
would've
like
given to dip a toe in.
because the water was so clear.
Yeah,
I
you know
felt
what's
safe.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was crystal clear, so I could see everything, and
Yeah.
it was just like really pretty tropical fish and stuff, so that was fine. But scuba diving is one thing that I do wish I had the courage to do.
What's the one where you're in the suit? What's snorkeling again?
Snorkeling is when you just have it on your nose,
the-
so you're like floating, you're still above water.
Okay, and then snorkeling is when you're actually in the sea.
Scuba
with the-
diving is when you're in
your
the
area,
tank,
gas tank.
and you're
And
like,
you go down.
you're free.
Yeah.
So anything can just come and whisk you away. Absolutely not.
No chance.
No.
Listen, I'm here for vibes. Like, I'm not an adventurous person at all.
Do you know someone, when I put out that video, someone messaged me and was like, oh, they did the shark tank thing. So I was like, see, this is what I'm saying. No, and
I just
no.
think
Like,
Tank.
so when they
put you
put you
in
in a cage, they put you in a cage.
I just feel like
and
the
then
day I
do you know,
go
it sounds
down
like-
the
it sounds
meadow's
like-
gonna.
Do you remember that show Fear Factor?
Yeah.
It sounds like that's one of the rounds.
But have you seen
Like,
the film?
try and get out.
There's a film on Netflix I watched and it was the same thing, yeah. So it was two girls, they went on holiday.
Yeah.
And they went to do this Shark Tank thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, did the cage not
Oh,
snap?
no.
No. Obviously you've got a tank on it and the tank only has a certain amount of oxygen right after a while until you whatever. That wasn't even the thing. It was the fact that the cage snapped from the boat. So obviously it went. When I say it went,
So you're going to the bottom.
they went to the bottom and they were stuck there. And obviously when they were trying to like radio up, I think they were like way too far.
No, but the boat driver is dumb because can't you feel that this chain is lighter?
Exactly.
No, he knew.
Oh, he
but
just couldn't do
it. It was
anything
like,
with it.
what can you?
Was
Like, what are you gonna do?
Come down here.
No, but it's in like.
Oh, like how do you actually get the cage
Because
back up?
number one,
yeah.
they're in the middle of the ocean, so in order for him to like go get back up or whatever,
Oh,
it's
he
like,
got to go back
Yeah.
and then get the right
and
equipment
then,
and come
and
back.
then try and figure out to remember where they are. And then obviously they've like in the moment when something is snapping, it's like, what are you gonna do? Use your hand to stop it?
The stuff,
Like
yeah,
it literally just the chain just snaps,
snaps.
basically.
You know that's why I can't do adventurous things.
But I
did they
wouldn't-
make
I
it?
would-
Did they die?
I think one of them.
Oh,
But basically, one of them had to be like she had to swim all the way to the top. But luckily
She
for
needs a
her,
leg.
she obviously is a swimmer in it, so she can hold her breath. I wouldn't have lasted 5 seconds because you see the depth of where they were.
you
yeah?
see, as soon as the chain broke, Gina, I'm
You
having
know
a heart
what?
attack. I'm dying.
And you
I'm
know,
done.
there's one scene, yeah, like I think you know when they have them flashing, like because
Yeah.
when you go to the bottom of the sea, it's dark.
Of course.
So like, there's one scene I think I remember where she's like swimming up with the light, and if you see like the sharks around her, I said, yeah, this is long.
And she made it back up.
Yeah, I
With
think
all her limbs.
I'm sure someone lost a leg or
You must have
something.
lost a toe or so, at least.
Someone got someone like that.
I
happened.
can't because you know like even when you go to like Bali and they do those bridge walks and stuff like the swings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My thing is I don't know what the maintenance for these things looks like. And yes, you can say the probability of this snapping is very slim, but the
my
amount of
chances-
tourists that do this thing, I could actually just be the 1,000th person where this swing just snaps.
Oh, you
I don't
wouldn't do-
believe
you
it taken
wouldn't do-
down.
You wouldn't do the swing thing.
Absolutely not.
I think
Even the
I've
one
done
where you
it.
go to the bridge, because in Nigeria as well, there's like a Lusafari thing. Not doing it. Because
Oh,
when you have to
God,
walk through
have
the
you done
plank
Kakun
and then-
Bridge
Yeah,
in Ghana.
yeah,
and then and then right underneath is just forest and Lord knows what.
Yeah.
So then the bridge can just snap.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hell
No,
no.
but you know,
I don't believe in stuff
You
like
know
that.
why? With the forest and stuff underneath it, it kind of like I feel like in my head it was softened the fall. I just pray that I'll latch
All them
onto a
prickly-
branch. Yeah, but that
watch
is
too many
better.
cartoons, child.
No, but that is better than me dying like straight impact. At least them, I would latch onto a tree somehow and like rustle my way through the
Yeah.
branches and hopefully like softly land.
Yeah, I honestly don't take it. I'm not an adventurous person.
You don't take risks.
I don't take risks. Like I'm such a calculated.
Yeah.
I have to calculate things. I just don't see the need for it. Oh, anyway, Black History Month, child. So this month we're gonna bring you two icons within the Black history-ness of it all. A man and a woman. And today the man is, I hope this is the man. Yes, it is the man. It's Val McCalla. And he was a Jamaican-born journalist who noticed media bias in reports of the 1981 Brixton riots. So he was born in Jamaica. McCalla moved to the UK in the 1950s. Initially aspiring to be a pilot, he had to change his career path due to a perforated eardrum and eventually became an accountant. He then ended up working part-time on a community newspaper called Eastern News. McCalla is the founder of The Voice. Which still runs today. So McCalla is the founder of The Voice, a significant publication for the British African Caribbean community he started in 1982. His vision was to create a platform that addressed the interests and issues of Black Britons, which were often overlooked by mainstream media. The first issue of The Voice was launched to coincide with the Notting Hill Carnival in August 1982. Despite initial skepticism, the newspaper quickly gained popularity and became a vital voice for the Black community in the UK. So why is he important? Well, he founded the first Black newspaper, which covered a wide range of topics and provided a much-needed platform for Black voices and stories. There it is. His publication became a training ground for many prominent journalists and media personalities, helping to launch the careers of figures such as Trevor Phillips and Ragay Omar. I think that's how you say that. Through The Voice, McCalla played a crucial role in advocating for the rights and representation of Black Britons, making significant contributions to the fight against racial discrimination and inequality. Val McCalla passed away in 2002 at the age of 58. His legacy lives on through The Voice, which continues to be an important publication for the Black community in the UK. In 2019, it transitioned from a weekly newspaper to a monthly magazine publication. So two of his famous quotes, sayings that he said. One of them is, "We are here to tell our stories, the stories that matter to our community, and to ensure they are told with dignity and truth." I'll repeat that because Iman always does. It says, "We are here to tell our stories, the stories that matter to our community, and to ensure they are told with dignity and truth." Another quote from him, he says, "Starting The Voice was not easy, but it was necessary. We had to create a platform where our community could see itself reflected and celebrated." And he says, to repeat that, it says, "Starting The Voice was not easy, it was necessary. We had to create a platform where our community could see itself reflected and celebrated." So that is that on Val McCalla. Big up him. And our next person is a woman by the name of Kofoworola Pratt. She's Nigerian. So Kofoworola Abeni Pratt was a pioneering Nigerian nurse who made significant contributions to nursing both in the UK and in Nigeria. She was born in Lagos in 1915. She initially trained as a teacher, but later pursued her passion for nursing. Pratt trained at the Nightingale School at St. Thomas's Hospital in London. Oh, my grandma worked there. Qualifying as a state-registered nurse in 1949. It was unusual for a married woman to be allowed to take up nursing at that time. During her time at the hospital, she experienced racial discrimination when a patient refused to be treated by a black nurse. Die then. The hell? Can you imagine? She was active in the West African Students' Union, an association of students from various West African countries who were studying in the United Kingdom, and which in 1942 had called for the independence of Britain's West African colonies. Why is she important? Well, she is important because she was one of the first noble black nurses to work in Britain's NHS and was the first black student at the Nightingale School. After returning to Nigeria in 1954, she became the first Nigerian-born chief nursing officer. She played a crucial role in developing nursing education and standards in Nigeria, including establishing the School of Nursing at the University of Ibadan in 1965. Pratt served as the vice president of the International Council of Nurses and was awarded the Florence Nightingale Medal in 1973, the highest international distinction a nurse can achieve. She was appointed Commissioner of Health for Lagos in the 1970s, where she implemented significant reforms in public health and nursing. So 2 famous sayings by her. Nursing is not just a profession, it is a calling to serve humanity with compassion and dedication. Nursing is not a profession. It is not just a profession, it is a calling to serve humanity with compassion and dedication. She also said, education is the key to unlocking the potential within each of us. It is through learning that we can achieve greatness and make a difference in the world. Again, she says, education is the key to unlocking the potential within each of us. It is through learning that we can achieve greatness and make a difference in the world. So big up Kofoworola Pratt and also Val McCalla. Black history is so interesting, isn't it? But yeah, that is it. Let's get into our headlines for today.
Brent must look good.
6071.
It's not working.
Okay, first one. Keir Starmer sparks Labour storm over slavery reparations. Oh, he's still on this. So Sir Keir Starmer has sparked a row at the heart of the Labour Party after senior figures urged him to rethink his decision to rule out reparations for Britain's role in slave trade. The Prime Minister flew into a diplomatic storm with Caribbean leaders over the issue at a summit in Samoa and drew condemnation from his own MPs back in Britain. Commonwealth leaders are preparing to defy the UK and agree to examine plans for reparative justice, which could leave the UK owing billions of pounds in reparations. Sir Keir had urged the group to look to the future at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, which begins on Friday, but Labour grandee Harriet Harman warned that strategy would fail. Starmer needs to be in this conversation rather than be ruling it out, she said. Whitehall sources admit a reference to the issue could be forced into the official summit communique at the end of the meeting. Former Labour Minister Dawn Butler said the UK should consider reparations for those who were enslaved because it was the right thing to do, adding the issue was not just about money. Next, we're off to to Britain and Germany. So Britain and Germany have signed what the UK government is calling a landmark defence agreement aimed at boosting security, investment and jobs. Under the agreement, German defence company Rheinmetall will open a new factory in the UK to manufacture barrels for artillery guns, supporting 400 jobs. Both countries will work together to develop drones and a new long-range missile. German maritime surveillance aircraft will also periodically fly patrols of the North Atlantic from RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland. Today is a significant day for UK and German relations, and in the history of our two countries, Defence Secretary John Healey said at a press conference following the signing. This is the driving force behind our NATO First UK defence strategy, behind our reset of UK relations within Europe, he said. Labour promised to build closer military ties with Germany while in opposition, and this is part of a wider push by this government to reset relations with key European allies post-Brexit. And our last headline is about Argentinian police raid hotel where Liam Payne unfortunately fell to his death. So Argentinian police have raided the Buenos Aires hotel where ex-One Direction singer Liam Payne stayed before dying last week after falling from a third floor balcony. A police special investigations unit went to the Casa Sur hotel late on Wednesday on orders from the public prosecutor's office. Officers seized items including computer hard drives and footage from hotel cameras. Footage from hotel cameras, said a government official, speaking on the condition of anonymity. The singer died on 16th of October after falling from the third floor balcony in the upmarket touristy Palermo district. Initial investigations suggest that the musician was alone and experiencing a breakdown due to consumption of substances that have not yet fully been determined. Following Payne's death, police found substances in his hotel room as well as several destroyed objects and furniture, according to the public prosecutor's office. That's very, very sad, man. But yeah, let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day.
Do all the headlines.
Should
we do the headlines? All right, Gina, do you want next for you?
All right, then.
Thank you.
So, number 10, blocking outdoor smoking ban and hospitality opposition. So, Downing Street is blocking moves to include a ban on smoking outdoors in the upcoming tobacco and vapes bill and fierce opposition by the hospitality trade. Number 10, officials privately believe that banning people from lighting up in a public garden is an unserious policy and is not backed by good evidence showing that it harms non-smokers. Differences of opinion in government about an outdoor ban and uncertainty about the potential risks of pressing ahead with it lie behind the delayed publication of its long-promised landmark bill. It will make the UK the world's first country to progressively raise the age at which people can buy tobacco until no one can do so legally. Keir Starmer has insisted that he's ready to face down critics of his drive to eradicate smoking because action is needed to reduce the 80,000 annual death toll from Britain's biggest killer. Next, top LA prosecutor backs Menendez brothers being released on parole. So Eric and Lau Menendez, two brothers convicted of murdering their parents in a case that shook America more than 3 decades ago, should be resentenced by a judge and released on parole, the LA County District Attorney has recommended. The 1989 murders of Kitty and Jose Menendez in their Beverly Hills mansion have gripped the US for years and recently inspired a popular Netflix series. George Gascon, LA's county top prosecutor, announced on Thursday that new evidence in the case merited a review of their life sentences. Eric Menendez, 53, and Lau Menendez, 56, are currently serving life in prison without possibility of parole in California. There is a long road ahead before the brothers potentially walk free. A judge will have the final say over whether the brothers should be resentenced, and a parole board would have to examine whether they should be released from prison after serving more than 30 years. And lastly, trigger warning, a baby born after mother dies in Leeds Tower block fall. So a baby delivered after their mother died in a fall from a tower block in Leeds is receiving critical care in hospital, police have said. The woman, who was aged in her 30s, fell from height at Shakespeare Tower in Shakespeare's Approach on Tuesday. West Yorkshire police said the woman who died at the scene had been in the late stages of pregnancy. The baby was delivered at hospital. Officers were called at the scene by the ambulance services at 10:24 a.m. and there was no suspicious circumstances, and the coroner's office has been informed, a spokesperson added.
That's sad.
And that is it for...
Should I do the last three?
No, it's not. Yeah,
Right.
maybe not.
So gambling poses huge global threats to public health, experts warn. Gambling poses a growing worldwide threat to public health with its rapid expansion via mobile phones and the internet harming far more people than previously thought, a report warns. Much stronger global regulatory controls are urgently needed to curb the impact of commercial gambling on global health and well-being, a group of leading experts in gambling, public health, global health and regulatory policy concluded. About 450 million people have at least one behavioral symptom or have experienced a harmful personal, social or health consequence of gambling, the 45-page report from the Lancet's Public Health Commission on Gambling has found. Of those, at least 80 million people suffer from gambling disorder, a mental health condition identified by a pattern of repeated and continuous betting despite negative consequences on a person's life. The estimates of the numbers experiencing significant harm to their health as a result of gambling are likely to be conservative, the experts said. Next headline, Denzel Washington was filmed exploding at autograph hunters in New York City on Wednesday. The Oscar-winning actor, who is age 69, snapped at fans as he arrived at the Museum of Modern Art for a film benefit honouring Samuel L. Jackson, with a tense exchange captured in a dramatic video. The Training Day star was seen arriving at the museum and posing with a fan, while autograph hunters called his name to the side. A visibly annoyed Washington went to walk inside, but then turned and addressed a fan in the crowd. While the entire exchange cannot be deciphered, the actor was seen pointing his finger and heard saying, "I heard you talk about showing love." Washington retorted, "I said I'll see you when I get out. Which part of that don't you all understand? It's about showing love," before raising his voice and declaring, or not, we can do it another day, or not, we can do it both ways. He then walked inside the building after the shock incident. Do you know this happens with old people? When people start getting old, they have like very low tolerance for like anything in this world. That's why King Charles is always so grumpy all the time. It's just an old man thing. But then also, sometimes I just think that with fans, sometimes like if you're doing the most like that, respectfully, you deserve it.
I feel like fans think they owe, like the person owes
They're
them
owed, yeah.
something.
It's one of that I
really
made your
don't.
career kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because, okay, he's ignored it. Like, were you really going to stand outside and wait till when his event is finished? Out in the, I don't know if it's cold currently in America, but you're standing outside, it's cold?
It's cold.
It's
yeah.
cold. You're going to stand outside in the cold, wait for an autograph. What are you going to do with the autograph?
Yeah, that's what I never got. That never made sense to me, autographs. Like,
Because back in the day, you know, like back in the day
right?
where you...
No?
But
yeah,
I
you could
feel like
sell
that was
back
more
in the
back in the day though. When
but like
you
now,
hardly-
it's
Oh, no,
not
you
really worth
can't.
it. I mean, you could, but like,
Nah, I don't think there's much
cares?
value now.
yeah,
Who's
no
gonna
one
buy
really
it?
cares.
Because I feel like
that,
back in the
yeah.
day where we didn't have this much access to celebrities.
Yeah, it was a
when you
big
bump to
thing.
celebrities, like the most random thing ever. So you could sell that, but now with social media, I could probably tell you where Cardi B is going to be this afternoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
No one
like, if
cares.
it was an item that's important, like relevant to this person, and it's
Exactly.
signed, fine. Like if it's a guitar signed by Jimi Hendrix.
Okay,
or
yeah,
something
that
like
would...
Exactly,
yeah,
that
fair
would.
enough.
But like,
Or
if
if
it's
it's
just
just
be
a-
a piece of paper.
Why
I'm
buy
like-
How did you know that? I didn't even go and trace
Exactly.
it myself.
Exactly, and people do,
Exactly.
you know. I bet it's with someone with eBay accounts selling hella celebrity
Yeah.
stuff. And then our last headline for today is that Canada has announced it will slash immigration for the first time in years, a major policy shift for the Liberal government as it tries to reverse its unpopularity and remain in power. From 2025. From 2025 to 2027, Canada will bring in a total of 1.1 million new permanent residents, a 21% drop from previous years, the government announced on Thursday. The number of temporary residents, meanwhile, will also decrease by about 30,000 to 300,000 in 2025, Immigration Minister Mark Miller has said. The government said the plan will pause population growth in the short term to achieve well-managed, sustainable growth in the long term. The new immigration targets represent a break from the COVID-19 pandemic era when the government eased restrictions on temporary residents to fill labour shortages. And we do have some bills to pay over here, so time to pay some bills. Should we do asking for a friend?
Yes.
Let's get into asking for a friend. Wasn't there one? Is this one from the other day that we missed? There was 2 yesterday, wasn't there?
No, man just didn't remove it from the document.
I can't see it. Oh no, I can.
So do you want me to get the ones from yesterday as well? Yeah.
No, the ones yesterday, man didn't remove it from the
Oh,
document.
oh, my bad.
There's only one on my thing though.
Yeah, so that's right.
All right, cool. Okay. So my dilemma is that I have been massively disrespected by a girl I really like. There's a girl I've been chatting to for about 2 months and we've been on about 5 dates. And I proper like her, but she told me some disturbing news on Monday and I can't get over it. On our 3rd date, I offered to take her back to my crib, not for sex, just to chill. Turns out she shared the location of my house without me knowing to her girls' group chat and exposed my address to like 8 to 9 girls I have no clue about. I get why because of safety, but I feel massively violated that my privacy hasn't been respected and she told me this so late on. I have no clue who knows where I live now because anyone could have seen the address of mine on other people's phones. I get that it's a double standard, but I hate that this has been done to me. Am I overreacting or is how I'm feeling justified? Am I meant to just take it on the chin as a man because that's what my sisters are telling me to do? It's making me think to not like this, take this girl seriously if she could do something like that. What do you think of my situation in general and how should I move forward from this? I'm not going to lie, big man, get over yourself.
Bro, it's key. It's not
Get over
that
yourself
deep.
today, tomorrow, yesterday, next year, 2025, 2005,
If
like
you're not the
1989.
plug, if you don't have $1 million stashed in that house,
Brother.
like, bro,
Are you all right? You're basically upset that you're like, make it make sense because she did the right thing.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry, but if you had sisters or if you had a daughter, I'm pretty sure you'd want them to apply that same level of logic. It's about her safety. And I'm going to be honest, right now, her safety is more important than your feelings.
Right.
I feel like you should just expect if someone's come to your house, their location is shared with somebody. So yeah, they're gonna know where they are.
It's,
Like, people
it's
are gonna
in
know
the
where you
interest
live.
of their safety.
okay.
Like,
Also, if people know your name, they can find out where you live. Like it's not that crazy.
literally.
It's not that crazy.
Yeah, I think you're doing too much.
Yeah, sorry.
Respectfully.
It is a bit harsh, but your sisters are right. I think you need to charge it to the game because it's not that deep. Personally,
She didn't even do nothing wrong.
I don't think she literally did anything wrong. I'm gonna be honest, she didn't.
Actually, my location, people, boy. So if you invite me to your house, just know that it's not just me that's
People know I'm
technically
here.
here. There's other people that are virtually here with us.
Literally.
They are remote.
People know where I am.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think that sometimes for certain things you need to just be a bit more sensitive with the way, like, people hear about how dates are all the time and how things can go wrong and whatever
Your
else.
own safety, you have to.
You have to. I feel like you just have to. Unfortunately, you just have to charge it. Like, it's sadly it just is what it is. You just have to charge it, and yeah, like, hope. I don't know. I don't have much else other than
If she sent somebody to your house, that's different. But
yeah. But it's
people
literally
just
for
know
her
she's
safety.
there. Yeah,
And she put it in her group chat.
they're not coming.
Trust me, them girls are alright, love. Yeah, I would say that's really it, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
all right. That's a nice, quick, open, shut case. Let's get into what you're saying. All right, so today's topic of the day, 1 second, y'all. The title, I hope the title is right, Is it, Brent?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the conversation is really about the power of small acts, changing Africa one contribution at a time. And it really will be centered on our lovely guest hosts today because of the work.
I did not say that. I did not say
You
that.
didn't even know that. Because of the lovely work that you do. But before that, just tell us a bit about yourself because you've lived here. Oh no, you were born here, weren't you?
Yeah, I was born here.
And then you moved to America.
Yeah.
So just tell us a bit about your
Background. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm from Ghana. Both my parents are from Ghana.
nice.
My dad was born here. My mom was born in Ghana, but they met here they used to work at this burger place that doesn't exist anymore.
Wimpy.
No.
Wimpy slaps. I think there's still a Wimpy in Beckenham.
I don't think I've ever
might
tasted
ask
it.
my
It
mom.
slaps.
But there was one in Barking right in my house.
I might
and
actually
never
go.
had it.
Might give me a Wimpy.
It's not going to be Burger. What other burger places don't exist anymore besides Wimpy?
Burger King?
I
Burger
don't
King
think
still
it still
exists.
No,
exists.
it's old. It's old.
Really?
Yeah. I'll ask her.
I think
I'll
it's
ask her,
cute
find
that you actually know your parents' like story.
That's so
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't know
You
how
think I know where my
parents
parents
met.
met?
Girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, they met there, and then they had me and my sister, and then my older sister, and then we moved to America. My little sister was born, and so I probably moved there like young, maybe like 2 or 2, 3, and then I would just come back here during like summer vacations and stuff like that. But I grew up in Virginia, like just outside DC, for the most part. I'm a student doctor. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I just moved back here to. I have 2 years left in my training,
Amazing.
and I had the option to basically split the last 2 years, do
Yeah.
1 year here, 1 year in America. So I decided to take that, and so I just moved here at the end of last month. So yeah, and then in 2011, I started a charity called Cleats for Africa, where basically I bring like used soccer equipment, sometimes new, but like soccer equipment, boots, jerseys, and stuff like that.
So cute because soccer.
Yeah.
Football. Yeah.
To kids in Ghana and
Nice.
different countries in Africa, but so far we've only done Ghana and Ethiopia, and then we've sent some stuff to Haiti as well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So with your so you study medicine.
Yeah.
Did you start that in America?
Yeah.
So you continue in America even while you're living here. How does that work?
Yeah, so it's actually, I go to school called St. George's, and it's an American school, but my first 2 years I did it in Grenada, which is in the Caribbean.
Okay.
And then so I lived on an island. I studied for 2 years.
Was it remote
And then-
studying?
No.
Oh, so like you went to university over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like it's an American school in Grenada.
Okay.
So,
Ah.
How was
my
that
school-
experience?
It's amazing. I love it so much.
In Grenada?
Yeah, I love Grenada.
Adds to the list.
I wish I could live there. It's amazing, but I told myself I can't go back there.
Why?
It's one of those places where you can't go until you're rich.
Okay.
Really? I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Like it was fun for me because I'm a student.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you can get a bunch of people together and do stuff. Like we'd have boat parties after like exams and stuff like that. We do that all the time. And like because there's so many students, it's like affordable. You can do stuff like that. But if you just go like you and your 5 friends, like you'll see it's only like old rich white men and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful place. Carnival, amazing.
To be fair, I have seen the carnival. I feel like carnival everywhere, but respectfully, UK.
Yeah.
looks
Everyone
lit.
says that though.
St.
Everyone says
Lucian one looks nice.
Carnival abroad is a lot better.
The Trinidad one looks amazing.
No, I did it in Grenada, and it was such a fun time. It was like 5 days long, and it's amazing.
Carnival's 5 days long.
Yeah, I'll tap out after day
It starts it probably starts Thursday or Friday night, I think,
to Monday.
to Tuesday night.
I think I'll retire by Sunday.
So like, no, but as a nation, I don't know if it sounds ignorant, but as a nation, is it like, are people working? Is it like a national holiday kind of vibe?
Nah, it's a national holiday. It's a national holiday.
It would
So
have to
lit.
be.
Yeah,
It
but,
sounds like it
small,
should be.
Small things are open.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you might
little
have the
shops
shops
and stuff
little-
like you can.
But like the school shuts down. Like everything.
Really?
Yeah. Everything shut down.
That makes sense though, because like
outside.
even for us, where carnival doesn't originate here, it's always on bank holiday weekend.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so lit.
Yes,
Okay, then after that, so after the Grenada, you went back to the US.
Yeah, I went back to the U.S. and then I had to take some exams.
Yeah.
And then before I started my 3rd year, and
Okay.
then I got sick. I've been sick for like the past year.
Oh no.
So I was like dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, and then I was having issues with like, basically my school was gonna make me start. If I started in America, they're gonna make me start in November, which would mean
Okay.
I wouldn't graduate on time.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, it's okay.
Nah,
I'll
yeah.
just go to the UK because I was gonna do one of the years in the UK
Okay,
anyways. So I was like, all
fair.
right, just let me start in the UK,
Yeah.
and then I'll do the 4th year in the US.
So then, what school are you? So your school you're here as well. Is it a school that was in America?
Yeah, so it's still my same school.
Ah.
So they have partnerships with different hospitals because the first 2 years of medical school,
Okay.
like, oh yeah, it's different. So we have 4 years of medical school, and you guys have like 5 or 6.
I think it's like 5
Yeah.
or 6.
Yeah, so because we have an undergrad program where like you basically study anything you want. It's a waste of money, and then
Yeah, it sounds like it.
you apply to do medicine.
Okay.
So like you could study sociology and then
do medicine.
do medicine. So yeah, so then so I did the 4 years,
Yeah.
2 years in Grenada,
Mm-hmm.
and then so the last 2 years are in the hospital. So my school has partnerships with different hospitals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then so I'm just stationed at a hospital in North London. And,
Oh, nice. So you're gonna be here until I'm sorry, Stacey, fellow American,
Oh,
says, where are you for your undergrad?
I went to University of Virginia.
Okay. And then so when that's done, are you gonna use your degree here or back in the US? You're gonna move back to the US?
So I owe a lot of money. So I
I
have
heard about
to
the student
go.
loans in America.
No, it's insane. It's insane. What I was talking to a doctor in the hospital. The other
America?
day. No, here.
Here, yeah.
And what I paid to do this semester,
Yeah.
and like it's the same as what I would pay in America, is more than his salary.
Sorry.
just guess how much I pay for a semester.
And a semester's like a term, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not even the full year.
It's it's
It's
like
not
a quarter,
full year.
right?
Yeah, it's like
a
3
quarter.
months.
Yeah.
Like
3-4
September to
months.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
to
September to December. Yeah.
Guess.
$52,000.
Okay, I wasn't gonna go that far.
All right.
I was gonna say like 15.
15.
Because
Oh. Was it closer
no,
than?
but it's more than this, the doctor's
Oh
salary.
wait, you said just the semester,
I
not
paid $65,000.
for 3 months.
Because it said it's more than the doctor's salary.
No, it's insane. It's insane.
What?
It's insane. Yeah.
So that's what you have to
To be
pay.
a doctor?
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry, let me just do.
Yeah.
Math isn't my strongest point. Yeah. So every quarter, you're paying.
No, it's like twice a year.
Oh, okay, because
Yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah, but that's $130,000. So
$130,000.
$130,000 a year times 4.
It changes every year. Like it gets more expensive each year, but like
How do you sort of live with this?
And then you have. This is a loan, right? So you have to
it's a
pay it
loan.
back.
I have to pay it
But,
back.
then, but I swear, is it a loan that affects your credit score?
Yeah. You have
I
to
think
pay it back.
that's the wildest thing. Ever since I found out about that, I think that's the wildest thing.
But
And
like,
then
But then do you earn, because
I was literally about to ask though. Yeah.
I've seen the nurses on TikTok and whatnot.
So the American,
saying that
you
earn,
guys
like,
earn a
6
lot
figures,
more.
yeah.
Than,
no, okay,
than
yeah.
over
So
here.
you will earn more depending on what type of doctor. Like you're gonna earn enough money to pay it off eventually.
What kind of doctor do you want to be?
I'm unsure at the moment. I wanted to be a dermatologist at one
Oh,
point.
nice.
But now I'm
Got
not
a
quite sure.
dermatologist.
And I'm interested in internal medicine.
People will
So-
always have acne.
Yeah, that's the thing. People will always
People
have
always want to have like better skin.
Mhm. So and
What's an internal doctor?
internal medicine is like things like colon or
Colonoscopy
GI.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like there's different aspects of it. It's
You know,
like
you're making money both ways, actually.
yeah, honestly. But as a doctor, you're always gonna have patients.
Yeah,
That's
the
of
thing,
course,
yeah,
people are
always,
gonna
yeah.
be sick. Sorry.
And then to be fair as well, because in America, it's all private.
Yeah, okay, yes, it is all private. There are government hospitals and stuff like that, but it's different. It's different than here, than where like people can just walk into the hospital and get treated.
Yeah.
But yeah, you will get paid. But if you have like a real private practice where like you're not working for a hospital group,
Yeah.
and like I have an aunt who is a dermatologist actually, and she has her own practice,
Oh, nice.
and the amount of money they make there is crazy.
I love that.
It's a joke, yeah. But healthcare in America it's the system's broken because it's way too expensive.
Has it always been like that, though?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because it's like you pay this insurance company however much a month, like
Yeah.
they just take it out of your paycheck, and then you have to pay a certain amount in hospital bills before they will now start covering.
Really?
So I think mine,
So like excess, basically, kind of.
I don't know, access is.
So basically,
So,
like,
so over here, like, let's say if I had like car insurance and I crashed my car and I wanted to claim, there's an amount I have to pay first.
yeah.
well, it's like,
called
yeah, but it's like £150
deductible.
though.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
called an excess. And the
Yeah.
way they work it out is you either pay more monthly and have a lower excess,
Exactly, yeah.
or
yeah.
you pay lower monthly and then your excess is a lot higher. So
Exactly.
you can kind of like figure it out.
So mine is something like $5,000 in medical bills a year, and then they'll start.
And then it'll start
helping you.
covering. That's
But it's
high
like-
though, man.
5,000.
Yes,
That's a lot.
but most people like you're not gonna
You
get.
can't
Like
pay
if
that
you're
five.
if you're a healthy 26-year-old, you're not going to have a 5,000.
Just
Sadly,
to
I'm
bank.
not. but
Okay,
yeah.
I get you. So also it depends on like your, I guess your level of health.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what
yeah.
they quote you.
Okay, so
Or no?
because like I'm 26 now, so next year I won't be. But like I'm under my dad's insurance right now, so like they don't base it off of my health. It's just like my dad has this plan. But like health and life insurance in America, sometimes they will look at like your
Life
actual
insurance
health
over
is.
here is like that as
Yeah.
well, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Health history is, yeah.
So crazy.
But yeah, it's insane. Like
Do you prefer living in America or here? How long did you live here for, though, actually, to be fair? How old were you?
I didn't live. I've never lived here as like a grown person. Like
Okay.
I
Have you
moved
been,
very
like,
young.
do you come back on holidays and stuff?
I used to growing up, but like I haven't been back here since 2015. So I was like 16 last time I came here.
Okay, it's different now when you're
It's
older.
different, yeah, but I do like it here. I was telling her earlier, like I like the culture of the UK a lot better than
We're having a
America.
debate.
Yeah, I think UK is so much a better place than America.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and then, see, my response was similar, but then
I think because you're not here. You're not here with us.
But
Yeah.
since I've been here,
Yeah.
boy, you came yesterday.
Because I feel like things always seem a lot cooler.
when you're not there,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, fair enough.
like
fair
for me, I like. What do I like? Yeah, like I feel like things just always seem cooler when you're not the one that's
enough. That's
kinda
there,
there.
yeah, that's true.
But I mean, the UK people will be very happy to hear that because they always say it's bad vibes anyway. To be fair,
Yeah, I hear that a lot, and then you guys say like everyone's rude and stuff like that. Since I've got here, everyone's been so nice. Like even just walking on the street, I'm so confused because everyone's so nice.
I don't know because that's not true. I don't think the UK is bad vibes. I don't
think it is,
I don't
man.
subscribe to that. I think
I think UK is miserable.
I think the weather makes it miserable. I agree
weather
with
is
that.
crazy.
I mean, weather makes the people miserable.
miserable.
I didn't
Yeah.
see the sun for like a week when I got here.
But
It's
I'm sorry, but
insane.
you should be happy that in global warming is happening because
Listen,
we're in October and it's this warm.
We didn't walk in here with
Never.
coats, so this is
And
calm.
we're in October and it's not early October. November's next week. This is insane.
This is like the world. This is defo
The world is
climate
ending.
change
Yeah.
at its finest.
Literally.
But that's so interesting. So then you got a charity. You said. So did you play football? Or soccer?
Yeah. No, we can say football. Honestly, I usually say football unless I'm talking about the
I
charity.
like soccer though. I feel like soccer is just more exciting.
Really?
Yeah, but it feels like snooker. Is this what's the thing with
say how
snooker,
soccer.
yeah.
soccer?
Football sounds. I prefer
It's
football.
funny. In my house, I'll say football because my dad is from here. He says football.
So he'll understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
I feel like when you're speaking to Americans, you have to say soccer, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So like
differentiate the
when I'm
two.
talking about the charity, I'm in like, okay, I'm talking to Americans. We do soccer. That's like
Yeah.
that's
Actually, what was that like though? Even like moving to America and then having to like go to a different school. Like, was it? Did you feel the culture shock at that age?
No, I think it's just the kids. So like I
Yeah.
didn't think about it. But like there were differences that like I wasn't aware of it. But like I
Yeah.
now like looking back, I realized the differences.
Like
Like
what?
what?
Like that's also part of it is like just being an African. So like things my parents would let me do versus what my friends'
other
parents
kids
would
do, yeah,
do
you're not allowed.
was just insane.
But is it like your black friends or your white friends? Because you know it's different, child.
Yeah, it is different. Okay, so elementary school and stuff like that, I went to like a white school. So I
Okay.
didn't really have many black friends like that.
Yeah.
So then that was like, my white friends, like every single day they're hanging out and stuff like that. Like I saw you Monday to Friday and that was it.
And
Summer
that's-
vacation, I
yeah,
didn't see you.
weekends, yeah.
I'll see you in September when school starts. But it was only like when I started getting like 6th grade and beyond that where my mom was like finally letting me out the house.
Yeah, kind of like be more independent.
But yeah, and then I went to the high school I went to. It's called Robert E. Lee High School, and it's like they changed it now. It was one of the last schools where like it was named after a Confederate general,
Okay.
and then they eventually campaigned and got it changed, and now
I can
it's
say nice. I just clocked what you said. Sorry.
now it's John Lewis High School. Yeah, and I live in like it's probably one of the best counties in America in terms of education, and that's the one school where it's like it's kind of shaky.
Really?
Yeah. So like Fairfax County is like it's a white area, like there's a lot of white people. My school is the one school where I think it's like probably like 50% Hispanics.
Ooh, the races
then-
are shaking in the boots.
Yeah, then it's Asians, then it's blacks, and then there's white people.
Well, oh really?
so no, they're the minority.
Yeah.
Okay.
They must have been stressed.
Yeah, and then the thing about school in America, public school, is like everything's funded by the taxes. So the school that I go to, obviously you're gonna have it's minorities, so you're gonna have poor people there. So the housing taxes, people live in smaller houses, your housing taxes are less. So my school gets the least funding. So like not that we have like the worst teachers, because there are really good teachers there, but like we just have the least facilities and stuff like that.
It's giving Abbott. It's giving Abbott Elementary.
You know, relatively sure, yeah. And yeah, so like that's when I got to school around like minorities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Changed. Also, I went to middle school. I went to like a gifted and talented middle school,
Okay.
but it's like half gifted and talented, half just niggas.
No.
So, like,
not the niggas.
so like that's when like that was a big shift for me because it was like I went to school like I'm
Were
the
you
only black
were
kid
you
in
a
class.
normie or were you a gifted and talented?
No, I was a gifted and talented.
Okay.
No, but like shout out my niggas in the regular class. No, it was cool.
Did they make it clear who was gifted and talented and who wasn't?
No, it's clear.
Oh really?
Like
are the classes like separate and stuff as well?
yeah.
I mean,
Like,
you ain't got the ability.
Yeah, it's true.
You ain't got the answer, sway.
or is it 7th grade? Because that's when you start middle school. Like it's upstairs. So like
Shut up.
gifted and talented,
So that-
you go
so-
you go to school upstairs. Yeah.
And then the normal people.
And then
were
PE,
normies.
gym, like
Oh, 'cause
the
that's
electives.
everyone.
Then,
Oh.
Yeah,
then you
but
do it
you're
with
They're
everybody.
just doing like serial experiments.
Yeah. Then you do it with everybody. But like, yeah, in the beginning you're very separated, and then
Aw,
as you get older they start to like merge you more and stuff like that. But yeah, it's separated for sure.
that's so interesting. But yeah, tell us about your cleats for Africa.
Yeah, so I started that in 2010, 2011, around then. Basically, one time as a kid, I went to Ghana, and like I'm at home, and my dad tells me, "Oh, they're playing at the park. Like, go play with them."
Yeah.
So then, like, I go put on like my uniform, my socks, my boots. I grab my ball, everything. I go out there.
Kid it
and,
out.
like everyone is there, like shorts, no shirt, no shoes, no socks. Like they like the ball's raggedy, and I'm just looking at it like this doesn't make any sense. Like why do I have everything and like they relatively have nothing? So then that's when I was like, all right, like I'm gonna do what I can to.
How old were you then?
11, 12.
You know when people say like people that like that are nurses and doctors, like the nice ones, that they genuinely have a heart for that. Like they have a heart of kindness. Yeah. That actually speaks to that. Because being 11, you were just there on holiday, right?
Yeah, I was there on holiday.
You would have just gone back to your normal life. But so it speaks volumes that you noticed that and were determined, intentional to like do what you can to help that situation. That's very, very beautiful. That's very wholesome.
And about the nurses thing, like I'm one of the people, I honestly think like you can't do medicine for money. Yeah. Like if it's about money, like there's so many other ways to make money with the amount of effort that you're gonna have to put in.
I guess Arishe said that yesterday. He said you can't, because I'm sorry, I don't want a nurse who's just there for just for money, take my blood, stab the shit out of me.
Oh man. Like you literally, like the amount of work, like the way I've suffered.
It's because it's kind of like you're overworked and underpaid, so you have to lead from a place of like passion and wanting to help people
like
and serving.
Because that's what he was saying yesterday. He was saying about like basically the celebrity culture where celebrities get so much love and so much praise and so much, but he was like he can't understand it because for him it's like you got people that are doctors and nurses who are actually saving lives on a daily, but they get zero appreciation. But he also comes from a background where he's had like doctors and nurses and stuff in his family, but he was also like a care worker for vulnerable people. So he was like, as a celebrity, he just can't, that's just something that he just can't ever wrap his head around, because you've actually got these people that are actually like the backbone of society and they don't get that acknowledgement. But then celebrities, because someone can sing or dance or whatever the case is, they gain so much love and then they continue to get more and more and more.
It's funny because I think those are the people that deserve like all the applaud. Like nurses and doctors, like to me, like the ability to help people is like that's all you need. All you should need. Yeah. Like you shouldn't want the like people
the accolades
the accolades and stuff like that. Yeah. Like that's all secondary. But people who like, I don't want to say that are actually talented, but like who have like rare talents and stuff like that. Yeah. Like I feel like you actually
talented is right. There's a lot of non-talented people that are in our faces.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. But like talented singers, talented athletes and stuff like that, like you are a real rare, like one of one talent. So like you deserve the praise almost. Yeah. Until it gets into like when the people start like treating you like a god and stuff like that.
I think it's weird. I think that idolatry it's a bit much for me. Yeah, it's wild.
I don't like saying I'm a fan of people even because I'm just like,
I hear you.
Sometimes people take it too far. So I'm like,
yeah, because sometimes people think that you're like the ones that's like throwing your bras on the stage.
Yeah.
So no, there's boundaries.
I'm a supporter.
Exactly.
I'm an appreciator. I appreciate your talent. That's about it.
That's about it
for me.
But yeah, so do you run the charity by yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. In the past couple of years, like one of my best friends, Mati, he's like joined and helped me with certain things. Nice. But like, yeah, it's just me. Have
you found running it? Like, what was it like when you started, and what is it like now?
So when I was a kid, it was more like, okay, my mom would help me with like paperwork and stuff like that, and then I would just like call my coach.
Your parents would be so proud of you. I'm so sorry. That is just absolutely like, no, you've raised your kids well. That's so lovely.
No, my mom would be happy to hear that.
Oh, that's so lovely, man.
It was her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, auntie.
So
nice.
But yeah, I would just like call my coaches and call my teammates and be like, if you have any old stuff, like let me know, or bring it to the game. I'm gonna take it. Yeah. So then I started doing that, and then the club I was playing for, they had a whole bunch of like old stock that they weren't using anymore. Yeah. They gave it to me. Nice. And then I would like do like bake sales at church and stuff like that.
Oh, lovely.
To like raise money to ship the barrels to Ghana. Mm-hmm. And then so that's what I was doing when I was a kid. And then as I got older, I would just like I was doing it less, and I was like collecting stuff. Yeah. Slowly, and then as it would pile
so
up.
Cute.
Yeah.
Let me kit it out.
That was in my grandma's hometown in Antoine.
Oh, nice.
So and I would just send stuff, and then COVID happened, and like I was like, I need to like make use of this time, do something. Mm-hmm. So then I just like and before I used to never post on social media because like I wasn't really a social media person. I don't like praise and stuff like that. That's not my thing. Yeah. So like I wasn't posting it, but I was realized like I need money.
I need the money.
I need money, and I need to get stuff, and it's hard now because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So then I just like I made a post, and a whole bunch of like shout out to my community. A whole bunch of people were reposting it, sending money, and like we raised a lot of money.
Nice.
And I was able to like get a bunch of like wholesale items and stuff like that,
Oh,
like
good.
brand new items for them, order custom jerseys and stuff
Oh,
like that. Like in that
nice.
picture, oh yeah, that was this summer, a whole bunch of boots and stuff like that.
Oh, that's so cool.
In the picture from my grandma's hometown, like you see they're wearing jerseys that I designed with this one with like my mom's business on the front,
Oh, nice.
and then like the Cleats for Africa logo, and then there's actually like mad drama with this jersey because like I ordered it from Pakistan or something,
Yeah.
and it was supposed to be like 100 jerseys, numbers 1 through 11,
Yeah.
these sizes, and they sent me 100 jerseys, all the same size, all number 9 on the back.
Are you joking?
I
How do you
swear.
get that instruction wrong?
And I must have ordered it in like December for when I was going in May, and they arrived the week after I went to
You
go.
left.
And I couldn't believe it. And I ordered it with like pop-up goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those never came. Like they robbed me of my money essentially.
That's crazy.
And I went back and forth with like Alibaba and all them. And
That's,
it just-
that's
yeah, but
ridiculous.
we made the most of it. These kids were happy, so
Yeah.
it was.
How often do you go back home?
I've been back every year in the past couple. Actually, the 2 years I was in school, I didn't go back.
Okay.
But I try and go every year since like 2020.
Sick. So how did you find, like, how do you know who to distribute the stuff to?
Sometimes I'll just drive
So
around.
cute.
Oh yeah, she's so cute. She was just following us, and then we
adorable.
ended up getting her some shoes.
Oh,
Sometimes I'll just drive around
okay.
and like I'll just stop at a park and I'll see some kids playing and I'll tell them come back this time tomorrow.
Yeah. I know you have
and
stuff for
I
them.
have stuff for them. This particular video,
Yeah.
this is like right across the street from where my mom lives now in Trasacco,
Mm-hmm.
and we did a donation the day before. My mom like has like a kind of like a strip mall that she
Yeah.
just built, and like we took the bottom floor and we just put a sign up and we said like come free boots, free
Oh, nice.
shirts, everything, and like the whole community came. We were giving them out, and then this kid came at the end and like I guess he had missed it. And he was like, oh, like, why don't you come to my team? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, give me the information.
Yeah.
So then the next day I showed up and I brought stuff for his whole
Oh,
team.
lovely.
Yeah.
This is so wholesome.
Yeah.
How do you
This is them.
find...
That's the boy who came.
Oh, I'm plugging his friends. Love that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Would you ever move back home?
Back to Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. I think, again, Ghana's a place where, like, if you have money, it's so enjoyable.
Child.
So yeah, if I have
like it
money,
was
yeah,
before.
I think I would. I like going there for like long stretches. So like I went 2021. I must have gone for a month and a half, 2 months or something like that.
Nice. I want to
And
get out of
then-
Nigeria so bad.
Yeah, it's just like I go there and reset, like
Yeah.
just relax. So it's a really good time. I think maybe not full time in Ghana, but like I could live 6 months of my year in Ghana and just practice out there and stuff
Yeah.
like that. If that was a thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
sure,
true, actually. Yeah, you could practice out there.
for sure.
That is so cool. But what is like, is there any sides to running a charity that you find particularly like difficult?
I hate paperwork, so like
Fair.
all of that I'm not really good at. So now
Do you have to officially like register as a charity and all that stuff?
So that was the thing. When I was a kid and I first started, I had it registered, and then I wasn't really as active. So then I stopped paying for that, and then
you have to pay to register a charity.
Yeah, you have to pay like for the LLC or
The government will actually rob you of everything, you know.
No. Yeah, America's crazy. So you have to pay. There's like certain things you have to pay for, certain things you don't. But I had to pay for certain things, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Even though it was in Ghana, not in.
It's technically in
States.
America because America is where I'm registering.
Oh yes.
And like that's where I'm getting the donations from and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So then since 2020, when I restarted it, I hadn't registered it. And then I was thinking like, okay, all these people who are donating, like they're not getting any tax benefits.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I actually have to like
Let me do that.
Yeah. So then in August I registered it, and then now we're in the process of getting like the nonprofit authorization.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like my cousin who lives in Florida, he's like working with some company that's trying to like partner with us.
Yeah.
And hopefully like
lovely.
build a pitch for those kids.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, in my mom's community. So like I needed to get the paperwork done in order
Yeah.
to
To
get
do
that
it,
done.
yeah.
So hopefully we can get that all sorted soon, and hopefully that goes well.
That's really cool. So you don't just bring like football stuff.
No,
School
I'll bring
books as well.
Yeah, I'll bring
So-
football stuff. I'll bring clothing, just like general clothing. I'll
Yeah.
bring books. Literally anything that like I know these kids can use, I'll take over there.
That's sick. And then also you got a few projects in the works.
Oh yeah. That was the pitch that we're trying to build.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
I
I
pray that
literally
goes
haven't
through.
told
That'd be
anybody about that.
amazing.
Yeah. But
Not an
yeah.
exclusive. We've had
I was about to say, not
days
exclusive.
of exclusives. I love this for us.
Yeah, I'm just praying that it works out.
That'd be
just-
really amazing.
Yeah, and like I haven't told the kids there either.
Yeah,
But,
don't,
like,
yeah.
That'd be a
Just,
nice surprise.
I feel like a nice surprise. Yeah, it'd be a lovely surprise.
Yeah. And even when I brought the stuff, like the coach was so thankful for me. He was like, "You don't know how many times people have come and told me
They're gonna do stuff.
they're gonna do stuff,
don't,
And they
right?
never
we never
do.
see them again." And
Oh.
he was like, "I met you yesterday. You said you're gonna do stuff,
And
then-
here you
then
are.
Came, yeah. So
Man of your word. That's so lovely. That's so wholesome, you know.
yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Do you know what? I think that just speaks to your character, even
really
with like the
does.
line of work that you're going in.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Like,
it definitely speaks
yeah.
to who you are as a person.
I appreciate that.
That's so wholesome. Love it. So, what else do you do as well? Actually, outside of the dog.
Outside of I guess as a hobby, like I do creative direction. So like I have a cousin who makes music. His name's Kabi.
Okay.
You can find him on YouTube, Kabi Music. He's a
Nice.
really good
Spell
singer.
that. Sorry.
Do you know what makes me laugh? It's the way it's Kavi, but Americans are saying Kavi.
Yeah, it's Kabi.
Oh, is that American? A Ghanaian
It's a
name?
Ghanaian
name,
name, but it's
yeah.
short for Kwabna.
Oh,
basically.
His is Kobina.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Kobina, yeah. So Kobbie.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a really talented singer. So like I write all the music videos pretty much.
Oh,
So you like direct?
Yeah, I direct
Okay.
the music video. Yeah.
how'd you find that?
Like how did I start doing it, or how do I like it?
Yeah, how did you start doing that? But then also, you got so many talents.
What was it? I think I was just around all the time,
Yeah.
and then I noticed like there are just certain things he needed done, so I was like, I'll help. And then there was just one day we started we needed to write a music video, or we needed to do like a promo video,
Yeah.
and then I just took over and started doing it, and then gradually like I just started taking more responsibility, and
Yeah.
I found out like I really like the music video stuff. So
Yeah.
then I'll write the whole treatment, and then get there, and then we'll do it. Yeah.
That's so cool. Didn't just ask, can we donate too? So how do
Oh
we?
yeah,
How people donate?
that would be amazing. I have a GoFundMe link. Let me see if it's on the page. You can find it on Instagram at cleats for the number 4 Africa _ and then let me see if the GoFundMe link's in the bio. If it's not, yeah,
And
it
Cleats is CLEATS.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another thing actually as well. Yeah.
And if the GoFundMe link isn't active, I will post my PayPal on the story or in my bio today so that people can donate.
Lovely. Sorry, hold on 1 second.
I'll just put the link in the chat.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That is really, really cool, you know. So 1 second.
And if you have physical things, I just got here, but I'm trying to find a way that I can ship from the UK to.
Oh, you can.
I
Not
can.
like that. Yeah, because my mum does it all the
All the
time,
time,
and I
okay,
do it
okay.
all the time. Like
Okay.
I take a lot of my like gym stuff that I
Oh,
don't
okay, yeah,
wear and
use-
stuff,
mhm.
and like yeah.
Send it over.
So yeah, what's it called? I'll give you the
All right,
details and
I
stuff
appreciate
because
that,
yeah.
yeah. So once I set up like a collection process, then yeah, we can definitely send some stuff over there.
Why was it important to find a Ghanaian church?
Oh yes, you were the one
Oh,
who asked
yeah,
for a Ghanaian
yeah.
church.
So I'm very like
Really?
selective
Oh my gosh, I'm the
when it comes to
because I was
churches.
raised in one, and I want to.
Okay.
I would run a mile. But
That's my thing.
But it's local to you though. Where you?
Yeah,
the church-
it's right. Like it's Walthamstow Market. That's right by
Oh,
there.
that's where you go to, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I've watched it online once, but like with my schedule, it just like it didn't line up. But I plan on going hopefully this weekend. But so my uncle's a pastor, and he's like one of the true pastors I've met. Like he's honest, you know. And I've met a lot of dishonest pastors.
There's a lot of them.
Exactly.
A lot
So
of
like,
them.
and I'll even tell him like some pastors that he's worked with where I'm like, I don't
that
trust
one.
them. Yeah. And so I've been to white churches, I've been to like African American churches, and it's just like sometimes I don't feel connected to it.
Okay.
So I was like, if I can find the right Ghanaian church, then I'll go to that one. So I've listened to one sermon so far, and it was cool. I liked it. So we'll see.
Yeah, my experience growing up with God church. When I left the university, I never looked back, boy. I said, no, ma'am.
What experience did you talk about?
To me, it was just, do you know what I think I have an issue with? I think I have an issue with culture and religion mixed together.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
think they
okay,
should
that's a
really
big
be
thing.
separate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't bring your cultural values into the word of God. Like, I feel like, do you know what I mean? And again, I was raised in a Ghanaian church. I'm talking, they preached in trees, sang in trees,
Oh,
like
okay,
heavily
okay.
Ghanaian. Do you know what I mean? So I just witnessed a lot of that, and then as I got obviously when you're a kid, innit? So you don't.
Yeah, you can't make your own decision, man.
Yeah, but then when I got
Yeah.
older, I just started to see a lot of things that I didn't like and didn't really agree with in terms of like how they even treated people and was condemning
hypocrisy of
people,
it
and
all.
it was just too hypocritical. So,
Okay, that is a thing, especially within like the congregations.
so I literally went uni and thought, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
out, and I never went back.
As I got older, they kind of stopped doing those things as much, or like in terms of like me, like the discipline, like they stopped. Like once you prove you're a capable adult, like they stop really getting on to you and stuff like that. So they left me alone with that. And then with like the congregation being like judgmental or like just any drama and stuff, do you find this thing where like as our parents get older, like they don't care anymore, like all the stuff that they used to be like.
Yeah,
Really
I think,
about, like,
I
yeah.
think it's when they get older, they get tired.
Yeah, they're too tired to do it.
They
So
get
like
they get
can't be bothered
tired,
anymore.
and
yeah,
it's like
all the drama stops.
and the conversations are different. The amount of people I have conversations with that laugh because growing up, it was very much you have to get married, you have to have children. Like it was that order. Now a lot of us 30 pluses who are not married with kids, our parents are like, oh, just give me a grandchild. Like now you're basically promoting sex before marriage that you used to condemn me for before. Like make it make sense.
They used to be on us. I remember it was funny. It was a couple years ago. My mom is driving. She's talking to my little sister, and like she doesn't want to promote that, right? But she's just like, Jasmine, in life there are no mistakes.
Wow.
So if anything happens, just know like I'll take care of it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But before,
Can you actually imagine?
ever
But, like,
try to say that to you?
Don't be chatting to a boy.
Yeah.
And that's what I always find very interesting because it's like you shouldn't talk to a boy. Don't talk to a boy. Don't entertain a boy. Don't do that. All of a sudden now you go from that to then
When you
where's
bring
your
a boy
husband?
home, yeah.
Sorry, where was I meant to meet him? In between you telling me
Exactly.
all of that stuff. But I think all that cultural stuff is why I don't go to Nigerian churches, but I also don't go to black churches. I just don't. That's not what I'm here for because I just think it's just too much theatrical stuff. It's too much silliness. It's too much cultural stuff. It's too much of people's personal opinions and personal morals and whatever else, personal judgments.
Yeah.
Sprinkle into the word of God. I'm just not here for that.
And you know what's so crazy is that a lot of people that do the people that do the most of the condemning are living a double
Thank you.
life.
They're the worst.
And that's what it's just
They're just
your
projecting.
projection.
Yeah.
Just please.
Because I know what I know what you're doing, Auntie, on the weekends. I know what your husband is doing as well. And then here you are talking to that's why interesting enough, that's why I don't go to a black church. Like my church is multicultural, there are black people there, but
It's not.
I just
It's not
find
heavily-
that churches that are like black churches
Churches,
just seem to have I'm yet to find one that is
Balanced.
just a true word of God and that's what we're all here for kind of thing. I'm sure it exists. Not saying it doesn't exist, everyone hold on to your thongs, but that's just me and that.
Yeah, my thing is like if you just go strictly for the word
Yeah.
and like it might sound wrong, but like I'm not here to make friends. Like I'm here.
I hear it.
I hear the word and then I'm going home.
Yeah.
So I
Sometimes
don't
there's just drama and stuff,
indulge
and
in the
it's
rest
like,
of it. Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? 'Cause I talk
Church.
about community and I'm like, this thing.
Because I do think like I think religion is one of the most beautiful things, but like humans ruin it.
yeah,
And
I hear you.
like because we're flawed, it's gonna happen. But like humans every day ruin religion or like exploit religion because I feel like it's the easiest way to control
Yeah.
people.
I feel like I like community within the church that grows organically. Like like with my church, like they're actually like my church family,
Exactly,
and they're
yeah.
so like they're literally when the Bible's like we should share things that we have and all that, like they're literally an embodiment of that. But that relationship with them just grew organically, but also it's the way that they embrace everyone that comes in, and that was one of the things when we went to visit, because we actually went to visit, and that was what kept us coming back was just how genuinely like lovely and loving they were, and it's just and then you see it in the way they show up for people, like it's just the way just in the way they show up. Like, I remember when we had a house fire. I had a house fire on Friday. We went to church on Sunday, and they'd given us money.
Oh,
They were just like, oh, like we've heard this, blah 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 blah. Here is this, and and it wasn't even a thing of we didn't ask for it. It was literally nothing. It was just the warmth of it all. And I think everyone that comes to the church that visits always says that. It's just how warm it is, how lovely the people are, like how you just feel like okay, like God is here, but also these people have the character of Christ. And I feel like for me that's just what is most important.
Yeah, that honestly is.
Because there's just too much foolishness going in these churches anyway. Ciao, it's too much nonsense.
Do you not feel that churches have to come with some sort of culture?
It has what?
Has to come with church. Sorry, it has to come with culture.
It depends what kind of culture.
Okay.
Because if I feel like, because everyone would be, because then whose culture are we following then?
Let's just say the majority.
No, it depends. It depends what kind of culture.
Okay.
I actually don't think there's place for culture in Christianity because sometimes culture defies what the Word of God says.
Okay.
So I feel like with Christianity, it just needs to be the Word of God. And then if after we had jollof rice, then the culture come in there. But when you're going to be on the pulpit and the way you're treating people, the way you're speaking to people, I don't think we need to be sprinkling in culture into that. Unless it's a thing where it's like, oh, this is normalized. However, this is what the Word of God says about this thing that our culture is normalized.
Do you not feel like it's impossible to kind of keep culture at the door though? Because everyone comes in with their own cultures. The way you see the world, the way you talk, the way you sing, the way you dance, all of those things is going to kind of show up in the way you worship and pray and all that stuff. So how do you keep that at the door?
At least find a balance.
But that balance is something that you're happy with, right? And what you're happy with is based on your culture.
But I feel like
you know what I mean?
That's not so much culture being present there because it's you being present there. It's you and your background being present there. So if it's the way I speak, the way I talk, like that's not necessary for the Word of God, if that makes sense. It's just if I'm going to read the Bible, I'm going to read it in a different accent to somebody else who's Scottish who reads it or whatever the case might be. Do you get me? Or even if in the way we're dressed, I might be in Nigerian traditional wear, you might be in a t-shirt, the Scottish guy might be in a kilt. Do you get me? So there's that, but it's not, those things are not necessary for the Word of God, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you.
So I think it's not necessary for the Word of God.
I think I missed the reason when you were saying why you was looking for a Ghanaian church.
Oh, I was basically saying my uncle's a pastor. I grew up in a Ghanaian church.
Okay.
So like that aspect I'm just used to. And then also I've experienced a lot of like false pastors and stuff like that. Or like I've been to a service where I'm like, what he's preaching like is for self-gain. It's not for it's not for the betterment of people or like following God's word. So it's like I needed to find a church that kind of aligned with the way I'm used to receiving the word. So I was like, the easiest way to do that is to find an honest Ghanaian church, or like at least like a culturally similar church.
I find there's a lot of pastors that are trying to be influencers and celebrities and use that for that
y'all have
conversation.
what's his name, Pastor Toby.
First of all, that man was at the club with the video the other day.
I seen it.
What?
And then people, and then people are talking about what's wrong with the pastor being in the club.
Life. He was
Children,
having a
please.
good
I said,
time.
what do you mean? What's wrong with your pastor? And you know what's so sad, Agbaya? He's such an old man here that he looked tired.
No, but
He looked like he needed to go home, but
Do you know
because
what?
of the thirst for this clout,
Can I be
you must
honest?
stay there.
Do you know who? Can I be honest? This sounds so harsh, but he just reminds me of like a F boy. Like he's like a fraudster.
No, he is.
He's literally like when I look at him, if I
literally
think
reminds me
about
of an
like,
F-boy.
if I look at like the F boys I grew up with, that's gonna be you lot when you get to
that
his
age.
age. Like you are literally. This is what you're gonna be.
But you know
on.
who he reminds me of as well? He reminds me of that older in the ends that does not want to move on. Like you're holding on to past glory. Of who, sir.
And I'm
At your
sorry,
age.
there is no amount of drip that is going to make you a fine young man. I'm sorry, because you are not.
Do you know who he looks like?
Just deal with the cards that you've
He
been
looks like
dealt.
he looks like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
I see that.
I hear
there.
it. I hear it.
Brent, do you mind, please? Do you mind offering your services to me for a
What's his
second?
name?
Eustace. EUSTACE, I think. And then Courage the Cowardly Dog. When you see it,
I think there's this one Dave bar where he says like, if you see a Lambo in South, you don't know if it's me or Pastor Toby.
Like,
And I
do
think
you know
that's
what
so
that is?
insane.
How is that a reference?
That's so insane.
So like when you go and stand in front of the pearly gates, like you're gonna be proud. Like
he's not standing.
like this is a reference you're bringing
He's
from
not
Earth.
standing there.
Are we sometimes being unfair though?
No.
why?
Because
I'm
like,
not being harsh enough.
No.
being a pastor, yeah.
Because I know what you're gonna say. Let me guess before you say it. You're gonna say just because he's a pastor, does that mean he can't dress nice, he can't have designer, can't have this? You did this for that stupid Atlanta thief. That's what you did.
That was before he was a thief.
That's Eustace.
Oh man.
Similarities. It gives similarities.
Also, I don't believe the way he's acquiring this money is
Okay.
honest.
Oh, none of us do.
So
The BBC documentary doesn't either.
Yeah.
But you know, some
Like,
some
don't you think that's
pastors-
insane that there was a BBC documentary about you and you're a man of God?
And a
Like,
girl literally said that someone's dead. Is it her dead mum's name or something like that was allegedly used to get loans and stuff?
like, and you want to sit here and give grace.
No, but I'm just seeing it as being a pastor is an occupation though. Like as much as you want to say, oh no, you're chosen by God and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you are. but it's an
a job,
occupation.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
not. It's an occupation that you're hired by God. You don't hire yourself, and he hired himself. Hella pastors hire themselves. They don't have the calling from God, and that's
I think
why.
you can be a rich pastor. I think it's possible.
But but that's the thing, though. But it's about what you use your wealth for, though.
Yeah.
Because the word of God tells you what to use your wealth for.
But how do we know that what he's like basically, the stuff we see, how do we know that's not 20% of his earnings, and all the other things go into charities, go into
If that's
church
20% of his
buildings?
earnings, we need to look into his money. And then not even that, like I've seen videos like it's his overall message. Like there's this one video where like I guess he brings the youth to his church and like he's standing on stage and he's like, show God your drip.
Yeah,
And
or
then,
when he does drippy, and he starts singing.
And I'm saying, nah,
Like,
this is insane.
No.
This is insane.
Do you know what? Do you know what one of the biggest red flags people miss about religion? Any pastor that is doing motivational speaking, that could be on a TED Talk stage, and like if anyone's sermon, if you take out the word God from it, like, and it's just an inspirational talk, that is not from the word of God. It's not, because you're just a what's those people called, life coach? You're just a life coach. You're basically just a life coach, but then you sprinkle in a bit of Proverbs here and there, a bit of Psalm, a bit of Abraham if you feel like it, and then you feel like, okay, that makes the word of God. No, like sprinkling in little verses here and there doesn't actually make a message the word of God.
Is that maybe not, Pastor Toby said, based on what you just said, isn't that not maybe a more effective way to get people who are not in the church already?
But that's the problem, though. I feel like the problem is always this. I feel like a lot of fake, false pastors and false preachers mask their stupidity or the foolishness they're doing by just trying to get people in. And then people speak as if like God is desperate for people. God isn't desperate for people. We are the ones who are privileged to know God. God is not privileged to know us. We are the ones who are privileged to know God. So when you start masking all these things and be like, oh, I'm going to the club because I want to reach souls. I'm going to the strip club because I want to reach souls. I'm going to go to the brothel because I want to reach souls. I'm going to go in this place that is clearly unholy. It clearly does not align with anything that I'm preaching about because I want to reach souls. That is a problem. We cannot, that cannot be the excuse. The whole, this is how you reach people, and because that's what he would say he does the designers for. Because young people like designer, and young people want to acquire wealth. And then you say, but then when you get them through the door, the issue is that your message doesn't change them to the true word of God. Your message stays the same, so you can keep them in that building. But then nothing productive is happening there. Because at what point then do you change to the message of God? There's been pastors who have been false preachers, and then they got convicted and then truly got saved, and the message changed, and they said their church is cleared out. Nobody was left. Because now you're preaching the word of God. The word of God is literally supposed to make you sober and make you think about how it is that you live, and just make you understand what the reality of the world is. You can't leave here thinking, I need to get that LV earrings.
Exactly.
What the hell?
I think that's a big problem, especially in Africa. Like in Ghana, I've talked to one of my uncles, my mom's younger brother. He's a junior pastor. And he was telling me, like, one of the biggest issues is that a lot of the congregation, like, they want to be promised something. Like, they're so desperate for, like, a miracle that, like, they're going to the pastors who are saying, donate 5,000 cedis, and then you're going to get this. But the ones who are honest and, like, not requiring any money, people don't come to them because you can't guarantee me anything.
Exactly.
But like that 1% chance that like my donation, my tithe is is what the people are holding on to, so they keep coming. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, you could be an honest pastor, but like if I want to reach people, I have to lie.
No.
But it's wrong. Even but like that's their mindset. Like I have to lie to bring people in. But then like where does that stop? Because now you just keep lying,
But I feel like any pastor that thinks that, let me lie initially to bring, you're not called by God.
Yeah.
You're not, like, literally,
Or you're
not called, like, God literally says narrow is the way. So you and your narrow ass and the two people in your congregation go the narrow way. You can't, like, nobody will ever be able to justify to me that, okay, do you know what? To get people in, let me say what it is that they want to say. What does that mean?
Because you're prioritizing success over
and that's my problem, because going that mindset just says that what you're doing, you're prioritizing things of the world, and you're prioritizing satisfying people of the world than obeying God. And that's the biggest mistake you can ever make. Like, there will never be any justification for any pastor that thinks, okay, do you know what? This is what people want. Let me go and let me appease their needs. Because all you're doing then is you're feeding the lust of their flesh. That's all you're doing.
That's literally it.
That's all you're doing is furthering the old nature that they should actually be shedding. It makes no sense.
I've been to one of like the biggest churches in Ghana, and they did it. It was like a New Year's service, and I couldn't believe it. The whole service, first off, was about how you can't receive your blessings until your pastor is taken care of.
What?
So until he's received this blessing, you guys can't receive your blessing. And I was like, this is insane. And then it got to tithes and offering, and I don't know how all these churches do it because I'm used to my church, but like they called it by dollar amount. Like,
So the name is shaming you.
Yeah, so like
so you got $2.
and
You don't want to 500 and above. There's no cities.
I think cities. Yeah, I think they start from 1,000 or something like that. But like this amount and above come. You bring your money, they pray, and then they got to everything, and they said, then the 5s and the 10s and the 1s, and then you just come put your money in and sit back down. There's no special prayer.
Pray for you. You don't deserve prayer.
Yeah, 5s and 10s and 1s come.
But you know what's so sad? Because I feel like growing up, I always thought like, what is wrong with people? Like, how come people see these things? And obviously, the Bible speaks to why the people can't see that stuff. But I also think that it's not looked at. I think it's a form of abuse personally, because when you think about like the way abuse and stuff works, it's a lot of manipulating and like it's a lot of manipulating people, and with those false religion, false Christianity, a lot of it is manipulation.
Yeah,
because that also imagine being someone who had 500, and 500 is actually all you had. Now you don't feel like you're worthy enough, or you feel like God doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
But then also though as well, these pastors can only feed to the greed of people. That's the reality. If you're greedy yourself and you're really just trying to build a relationship with God for what He can give you, these pastors know and then they will prey on that. Like they will literally take advantage of the fact that you're desperate for that stuff. So it's like accountability is on both sides, unfortunately. But I honestly feel like people need to wake up.
Yeah,
on all this stuff because
what they're doing is
it's getting worse.
It's not only African pastors. Like what's his name?
No, all them Kofoworola and all them people.
The white guy, Texas, Joel
Osteen. Yeah,
I seen him preach, and again, I've only seen the clip, so I can't say what the whole
like
message is
he's one of the telly. You know them telemark.
Yeah, he just sounds like a motivational speaker. But I seen one video where he's talking about how God wants you in your Sunday's best. So like, how can you expect to receive the blessings if you didn't show up in your suit? If you didn't show up in, he was like, the guy who shows up in his suit is not the same as the guy who shows up in his clothes fresh from the club or like in his tattered clothing and stuff like that.
Same God that said, "Come as you are," you know.
That is an insane message.
Same God that said, "Come as you are."
And like usually, I'm not a person who will just take the clip and say like, "You said that," but I just don't see how you can turn that around. Like from that clip, I don't see where like
you can't justify this.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing because I know a girl who wanted to know God and like she'd been through like so much and whatever, and she just went in like just like a hoodie and just trousers or whatever. But she said when she got there, people were looking at her as if she was like just trash. She didn't go back. Someone whose heart was actually seeking God went to the nearest church she could find, but people were dressed to the nines and they made her literally feel like she was trash and she didn't. It's just sick. I know people who have been to SPAC and they said literally you have to like dress like you have people dress up. They take it seriously. They dress up to the nines, and then if you don't, you're looked at as if like you don't really belong here. It's sick, man.
That probably is also like a mixture of the culture and religion.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're letting your culture guide your religion instead of your religion guide your culture.
That's when with Nigerian churches, or people like obviously people dress as if they're going to Owambe. Like Owambe is like them parties that you weren't. Do you know them whole parties? What are we doing here? I don't think you need all of this. First of all, your girl is distracting me, auntie. Take off your flipping head. But I don't think you need all of that pump and show just for the word of God. Only find out anyway that you're a horrible human being. You're the wickedest person. You've got the wickedest heart in this place. But you're dressed nice. I don't know, man.
I'll go to the gym I'll go to church and gym, man.
I do.
I remember one time my friend was like, "You going to gym?" I said, "No." So why are you wearing that? I said, "Because it's clothes." Like
literally.
Just go.
I don't understand.
I've been to church in a hoodie. I've been to church in a dress. I've been to a church in a shirt. It literally just depends. But what I'm wearing, like obviously I wouldn't go naked. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just not the focus. I don't feel like I have to dress to the nines to feel as though like if I don't dress to the nines, God wouldn't hear my prayer, and it's mad.
But do you feel like like in normal life, there's certain places you may go to, right, where you put in a bit more effort.
Yeah.
Why don't we see like somebody who has that same mentality, like in a similar sort of way? So it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to an interview. Yeah. I'll make sure I dress this particular way, fresh haircut, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Because I want to be presentable in the presence of these people. If that person has the same mentality going to church, Is that a bad thing?
I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
It's completely fine.
No one's dissing you dressing up.
But when you
it's
start
when you start
condemning
looking down at
others,
other people
people-
because they
Oh,
didn't dress the way you
because
did.
that's a choice, right?
Exactly.
You've chosen to do that. So because I haven't chosen to do that, and you're now condemning me because I'm not living up to your standard. That's a you problem.
Like you've said.
Yeah.
Because there's people in my church that dress so lovely, like consistently. There's a little boy I just love so much. He's always in a suit. He's just the cutest boy ever. But there's people that dress nice all the time. But the issue is when you start looking down at other people as if, like, you start judging that they haven't made an effort. Babes, that's well done to you. Good luck. I hope you can take that suit with you when you die. But as for me, my temple, don't worry about me.
Exactly. I have a cousin named Janah, and like everyone knows Janah dresses nice to church. Like he dresses nice all the time, but like in church, Janah
making an
always has
effort.
a fit on. But like you'll never hear Janah bring up anybody else's outfit. He's not talking. He just wants to hear you say that his outfit was nice. That's all he wants. He's gonna smile and keep it pushing.
I actually love people that dress. Like, I wish I grew up in a church hat. Like, I really want to experience American church. Not
like
for
the church hat, the grandma, like the. I'm not gonna like see that
Easter-
level.
I want to experience all of that.
Sick.
I want to go to an American church so bad just to take it all in from what I've seen in the movies and stuff. But I love when they dress when the old ladies dress in the
With the
two-piece.
piece, with the match of the hat, the bag,
And
the
I
shoes.
love it. I think it's so adorable. And like my great grandma was like that. She would always dress up to church that was her thing. I think it's absolutely lovely.
Do you know? Sorry, this is off topic here, but you know, my dad always wore smart clothes like every day of his life. Like my dad would wear a suit for Bants. Like I'm talking high street. He'd pick me up from school in a suit.
That's lit.
Nigga, you ain't going to work.
I love people like that.
No, as in like I'd be on the high street. He'll be chilling at the barbershop in a suit. I'm asking my sister like it's
I
a
love
running
people like that.
joke. Like
I love people like
he
that.
so
is
insane.
always in.
I hate wearing suits.
He's always in
So
a
I
suit
just-
or a
Because
shirt
you know
and
they grew up
trousers
in
and
a
hard
different
sole
era.
shoes.
The era they grew up in is so different. Like
It's
I
so
love.
different.
Do you know my favorite TikToks is when people are showing their grandparents.
Have you seen that UK? She's from the UK, yeah.
Yeah.
And her videos kill me. So she's Caribbean.
Yeah.
And she always shows like her granddad's suits.
Yes.
And she's like, this I can't believe my grandma bagged my granddad wearing this. So she wears it and she like dances like the old school Jamaican like
Oh, yeah,
how
yeah.
they whine and stuff and she wears his shoes. Like she's so funny. But the outfits, because he still obviously has them.
Yeah. So
I'm
it's
just
vintage
like,
stuff,
nah,
you know.
I'm
They've got some
done.
good stuff in there. Because there's another guy that always shows his parents, and the parents are always.
Oh, the
and his dad always
Nigerian-
yes.
The matching couple for church.
Oh,
yeah. They're
I
hilarious.
love couples that match.
And you know what makes me laugh here? It's the commentary where he's just like to nice
And then
pose.
they like take a picture of
Yeah,
it,
it's like-
and then his dad will post. I love stuff like that.
They're
Because their
hilarious.
generation is so different. Like
Yeah.
their generation, you have to dress smart.
And they match. That husband and wife will
It's
come
so
matching.
cute.
Like I think it's cute because you can tell that they're still like
They
in
love each
with
other down, man.
Yeah, I think that's
Have you
what's
guys
refreshing.
seen like there's like a 9-year-old in America? There's like chubby black 9-year-old, and like he dresses like an uncle to church. Like he has his suit, he has his fedora.
I'm so
Those
done.
are
He's
the
ready for
cutest
church
kids for
every
me.
Sunday.
That's that
I
little
love
boy that's
that
like in my
kid.
church. He wears a 3-piece suit. Like he has a waist. And it's so funny because when you see his sister,
man.
his sister's younger than him, she's been a ballerina skirt. Because, you know, kids just wear the word, it's supposed to be a fairy today.
Yeah.
But he
No, I'm so
always,
done. You're
and he
right.
has like his little storybook Bible. He literally looks like he's just so adorable.
Like, he's gonna be a pastor when he grows up.
He's gonna be a pastor. That boy, the anointing's already on him. He's just, I love stuff like that. I love it, just love it. Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Anyways,
Is somebody your other uncle in this country?
Oh, broski.
He said Broski.
oh yes,
Oh,
you've got another
yeah,
uncle in
yeah,
this country. We heard. He's a great
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, do I have to say his name?
You don't want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
He works in finance.
I bet he does.
He works in finance. He works
That's
in
so
finance.
funny.
Yeah, yeah. He's an
He works in
interesting
finance.
guy.
It's
What's
jokes.
that like for you?
So I don't have like a close relationship
Okay.
with him or anything, but I do have like one experience with him.
Who is your uncle through? Sorry.
So my mom, on my mom's dad's side, there's a whole bunch of us. Like,
It's always the case.
yeah. My mom's one of 14 or
Stop it.
something.
Hello.
What's in what? Children.
Children, yeah, and she's like the only one from her mom and dad together. Like, she's the only one. But yeah, she's like one of
Sounds so
14, and like
familiar.
it's a really big family on both sides actually. But
Yeah.
like, on my grandfather's side, I guess my grandfather's sister
Yeah.
is his mom.
Oh, okay. So like, what was your experience? You said you've had only one experience with him.
Are you gonna share that?
I'll share
experience?
it.
Okay.
There you go.
So you guys often talk about like nepotism. Broski does not believe in nepotism.
Really?
I came here in 2015. I'm getting ready like to write my like college entrance letters and stuff like that. And I'd worked I'd interned for like the Virginia governor before like his campaign. And I'm like, okay, if I can like work for, I think at this time he's MP or whatever. I was like, if I can work for an MP and get a letter of recommendation, like
that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great,
That's
of
sick.
course.
Yeah.
So then I asked my mom, can you ask him? And then she's like, yeah, she asked him. She's like, he wants you to write a letter.
To him.
Sorry.
What, to him?
Please your
Asking
case
why
as to why
Yeah,
you
why
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a suitable
Oh,
candidate.
wow.
So then I write the letter, and then I go to Central London to meet his mom, who's like a judge.
Okay.
And then we have lunch and everything. My other uncle's there. I give the letter, and then
Did you read at the table?
No, I don't think I don't remember. But like she's supposed to deliver the letter or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just later that day, they're like, "Oh yeah, no."
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's not happening."
I would have thought that the letter was just so that if the office asks him, like,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
you
not
wrote, you
free.
know what I mean? Like just to show that you did
No.
right.
There was never any intention of ever letting me shadow, come in, nothing.
Really?
It was just,
Is there beef on that side of the family?
no. my mom and
God,
his
are you
mom are close. Like they get along well, but it was just like no,
I'm not
it's,
gonna
it's,
lie.
it's not happening.
It's all making sense.
It's not happening.
It's
Sounds
all making
about-
sense.
I thought he was like maybe kind of just training you to make sure you go through the proper channels and to actually
No. It was
To
just,
know that you're gonna make an effort to achieve things,
No,
and
it
then
was an ego
exactly.
thing. It was an
Oh, it's an ego thing.
It was an ego thing.
Wow.
At least from my perspective, that's what it looked like. It was just an
Oh,
ego
that's
thing.
what
Well,
happened
he's
to him.
getting
Happened
the
to
day-
him. That's
he's
why he got
getting
the
the day that he
embarrassment.
deserves. Anyways,
He did.
One
And
day,
did.
One day.
the day they got him and Shorty out of here, I said,
literally,
your day has come.
literally the day he deserves. It was a very quick day as well.
Oh,
Your day has
open and shut
come.
case.
Oh man.
That's wild, you know.
I called my mom. I was laughing on the phone. She was like, "Don't do that.
Imagine.
You know that's your uncle." I said,
No.
"I don't care." He made me write that letter. I had to come. I'll never forget.
Have
The
you seen him
train was
since?
hot that day. I was pissed. I came all the way to Central London just for them. I think they might have even told me when I gave the letter, like, "Oh no,
Oh, no.
Like,
So
it was
what
something
was
like
the point?
It was a very like fruitless task. Like it was just.
No, he's crazy.
It was insane. And like the thing is, if when I asked, you had just said no, I can't do
That's
it.
fine, but don't make me jump through
But
these hoops.
the
But
hoops and
yeah, you made me
hurdles.
do the most.
And then you made me come to Central,
Bro,
have
yeah.
lunch, sit down, stupid small talk, and all that nonsense.
And then you didn't even sit with me. Like I sat with your mom.
I sat with your people.
Exactly.
That's
And
taking
he
a
just
minute.
told me no.
Yeah, that's taking it. Have you seen him
guys
since?
Yeah, literally.
Have we what?
Have you seen
spoken
him
since?
since?
No, I haven't seen him. He's never been to Ghana. So
I'm not surprised. Hence
yeah.
why I said all of this is
yeah,
making
he's
sense.
never-
diversity
he's never been
hire.
to Ghana.
Why has he
Yeah.
never been to Ghana though? Is it? Do you blame his parents, your grandparents, or you know?
Yeah, not my
Not
grandparents.
your grandparents, but yeah.
So I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but like
Oh,
From
Freud.
from the people I was spoken to, like he went to what's that school?
Eaton.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was
And
one of
like
them.
and obviously like you want your kids to be successful and stuff like that. So like just to keep him on that trajectory, it was like let's immerse him in this culture.
Okay.
And probably cut ties with. Do you
I
know
think
what?
that's what ended up happening.
It really annoys me that certain. But do you know what? I also can't blame them though. Do you know why?
I get it.
I get it, and I do understand that because if I look at how things are now, it's like I don't blame you lot because back home, do you know what I mean? It's a mess. So I understand why you want them to get ahead. It's just a shame that it has to come at a cost of completely like
'Cause two things can exist, you know.
erasing
Exactly.
like their culture.
But then when you see like their views, I'm like I understand how he has these views based off one our interaction and just like you don't interact with
Exactly.
these
You're not.
people.
You're not.
Yeah. You're so far removed from it
Yeah.
that it's like I can't expect you to have any other
But that's
views.
why when you're saying what you're saying, I'm saying all of this makes sense.
Sense,
It doesn't
yeah,
come
yeah,
as a
yeah.
surprise.
Surprise,
You're not tapped in, and you don't care to be.
So that means I feel somewhat duped because I remember I was saying to you that I saw an interview of him, and he was talking about his parents' background and how I think it was his mum, one of them anyway, was like a staunch Marxist. So, yeah. So basically, like proper into you know what I mean, like grassroots sort of things and like
she might be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it might be his dad, one of them anyway. But basically, they had his parents both had polar sort of views, so he kind of had that sort of upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember he was talking about his book, talking about colonialism and all that sort of stuff. So I started to see him in a different sort of light.
Right.
You know what I mean? But maybe this guy tricked me.
I don't know him to speak on his character,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
of
can't
course,
say
yeah.
he's tricking you. But from what I know,
Trick.
Yeah, trick
from what
me.
I know, it's shaky. I don't know. I don't know.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Damn shame. That's horrible. I can't really make you do that.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I thought I have this letter recommendation in the bag. I'm gonna get it at Harvard. I can do whatever I want.
I'd been fuming, you know.
No.
I just don't see the point in it. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you
It
do
was
that?
so insane. It was, and like, I'm here on vacation. Do you know how much, like, I have to go find a laptop to write this, like, print it out, like, seal it.
It was a lot.
Yeah, that's how I would have,
The
man.
most.
It was definitely an ego trip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What do you find about the women in this land?
Oh yes. What the UK girlies like?
They're nice.
You said everyone's been lovely to him.
Yeah, everybody's lovely. Everybody's nice. It's been cool. I mean, I've mainly just been in the hospital. Oh, I have a funny story, actually.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital the other day, and I was about to leave, and one of the doctors, like, pulls me in an emergency room, and this Ghanaian woman gets hit by a car.
Oh.
And like her head is split open. She's about like 60, and he's stitching her up, right? And like I'm to her back, and she's awake but like numbed, so she can't feel it. And like he's stitching her up, and then she's surrounded by her daughters, and then
If you tell me,
what if I tell you what?
don't tell me this woman's getting a head stitch and she's trying to matchmake people.
That's what's
what I was
coming. Oh, you're a Ghanaian. Oh, you're a doctor.
So then he finishes stitching
Yeah.
her up. She like turns over, she looks at me, she goes, "You're Ghanaian." I was like, "Yes, auntie." And then she like reached out from her hand. She's like, "I could tell. It's in your eyes. I like them.
Hey.
We can get married."
Your auntie.
The auntie.
Well, she must have had a concoction. What's the concussion? That's crazy. I was gonna say like one of her daughters. While we're at it,
she said
She
we
was
can get
shooting
married.
shooting her
And then
shot.
I'm laughing and like
That's a
talking to the
shot.
daughters, and the daughters are probably like in their 30s, 40s, and like I'm talking to
Oh,
them.
auntie, please.
And then she says that, and then we laugh, and then she's still talking. She's like, I can marry young men. Like, yeah, she's
She's holding your hand.
She's still holding my hand.
Auntie
She's still
was trying to get
gotta be
her.
Oh man, it
Her
was
Mac
so
one.
funny.
That's
It was
two
so
jokes,
funny.
man.
And then they're like, "Oh, can we take your number
Oh, wow.
just in case like anything goes wrong?"
No, contact your GP, like the process says.
Oh man,
That's
Do
crazy.
you know what I've had? You know my sorry, off topic. Like my friend who's an air hostess, like
Yeah.
she does a lot of Ghana flights, right?
Yeah.
And so she's like the amount of times that she's got on a flight with like parents, and they'll be like, "Oh, let me take
the
your number
son.
for my son or like my nephew or whatever," and they'll like try to show her the picture, and it's so funny, literally.
Oh, man.
That's so, yeah.
Now that happened to me in Ghana this summer. I was in my mom's room. She had a guest come over. I came out to meet her, and then she was like, "Oh, I have 3 nieces. Don't worry, like
One of
Don't
them,
worry, one of them will click.
yeah."
One of them
And then she was like, "What do you do, by the way?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm in medical school." She said, "You know what?
Doctor.
I'll let you finish, so you don't get distracted.
and
when
then
you finish, then I'll bring the 3 nieces."
That's so funny.
Oh,
It's so funny how
man.
they really take like marriage and stuff. But would you trust your parents to matchmake you?
Absolutely
And
not.
Eugene as well?
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't.
You're asking out of all the people in
I
this room
wouldn't.
to ask, you've asked me.
I have to throw it out to the audience.
Me.
No
I have to throw it out to the
Really?
audience.
No,
I wouldn't.
absolutely not.
I just wouldn't.
My mom, she's nice. My mom picks somebody like that. My parents have this idea of who I am versus who I actually am, and they'll pick for that person. That person
that's
they
it,
think
yeah.
yeah.
You know what? I think my family know who I am. I think that's the problem.
No,
I think they know
well,
who I
I
am.
hear
So
you, I hear
like,
you.
so they probably she wouldn't even want the task. She would just
Yeah.
think, you know what? This one is no.
So my dad could not be bothered. My dad could not be bothered, but my mom would.
Do you know what? It's usually I feel like men kind of like you're young, innit? So like
I feel like they're men as well. They're just thinking, let him
he's got
find the
time.
girl.
Whereas your mum's kind of always gonna be on.
Oh, this girl's very lovely. It's interesting, man. I don't know why they think that because you like her or because you like the person, I should
I'm
like.
gonna like her. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, this is not
As well, especially when it's like their friend's child. I'm like, this boy's a piece of shit. The streets know about him. What are you talking about? Nah, that's interesting, man. But I love that though. I love that for the UK girlies. That says they're lovely.
Yeah, show me.
Well, there you go. There you have it. Can you please let people know what's just again the social media for Cleats?
Oh yeah, Cleats for the number 4 Africa
Nice.
_
And then what's yours if you want people to?
Miles Turkson MYLES. TURKSON.
Nice. Love that. And then people can also donate. You said it will be in the bio.
Yeah, there's a GoFundMe in the bio of the Cleats for Africa page, and then I'm gonna put the PayPal there.
Lovely. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
So interesting.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Come back when you're qualified. I mean, come back whenever you're.
You're just like the
London
aunties.
anyway.
You want to
When you're a doctor. Well, no, you're always welcome to come on the show whenever you want.
I appreciate that.
Should we get into People's Journal? Is there People's Journal?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you stumble onto TDA? How did you stumble onto
Oh
TDA?
yeah. Oh yeah. Such American.
I must have been from either Margs or.
From time he talks about filthy, he definitely is.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I consume a lot of like UK.
You said
UK
it, yeah.
Stuff, yeah. I don't really watch American.
That's so interesting.
I'm not really into it.
Are there a lot of Americans like that,
Or
or is it like a mix?
I think it's a mix. Like I have a lot of friends that watch Filthy and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
Is it because of soccer? Because you like soccer.
Soccer.
yeah.
Do you watch the same soccer as these ones here?
Yeah. I'm a United fan. Okay, but the thing is, like, I grew up in like a Ghanaian British home. Like both my parents have British accents. Or my dad has like this weird like mix of like a Ghanaian British American. Like it's strange. Like,
Love that.
You can't
man. I
place
love
it.
a mix.
Yeah, you can't place it. But my mom has a British accent. But like, so I grew up in like a home like every Saturday.
Yeah.
Watching football. Like my friends make fun of me because like I'll eat like beans and toast and stuff like that.
Oh, I love a beans and toast.
Americans love baked beans, you know. Baked
Bro, they
beans
hate
slap.
it.
I love
It
baked beans.
slaps.
But why do they baked beans that they put bacon in everything? I went to America
in barbecue sauce, like
and
bro.
barbecue. I was thinking,
Doing too
why
much.
is there
Doing too
bacon in
much.
beans?
It's doing too much. Way too much.
Yeah, it's too much. But yeah, I grew up in like a British influence house, I would say.
Okay.
So like a lot of just British culture, like I get it.
But then you know, like the average American who doesn't know about the British culture, what kind of football do they watch?
Oh, they watch American football. They don't watch.
So they don't watch like ball on the pitch, like a
Okay,
circle
so
ball.
now my friends, like a lot of them have picked up on it and they do watch it.
Is that because you watch it though?
I don't want to take the credit for it, but listen, I was doing it first. But yeah, like okay, so I think FIFA made it big.
Okay, I mean, okay.
So like
yeah.
I have a friend who's never played in his life, but he's really good at FIFA. And then now like
Does he think he'll be good in real life because he plays the FIFA?
no, he's a realistic person. He
Okay,
knows
fair.
because like he'll play with us now when we go play at the park or whatever. But like
Okay.
he like from just playing FIFA, he knows all the teams, he knows all the players now.
Yeah.
So like if we go to a bar to watch a game, like he's coming, or he might be the one to say like, yeah, there's a game on, let's go watch. So like
Okay.
now he cares. He doesn't quite get it to the same level,
Yeah.
but like he knows. So like yeah.
What's the most neutral state for like a Brit to go to America? Because I feel like I want to go. I want to have a summer in America.
Okay.
So that, but I don't like. What kind of states do you reckon I should that wouldn't be too much of a culture shock?
What like it depends on what you're looking for. Like, are you
don't know
looking
what
for
I'm
a
looking for.
London type city?
No,
Are you
I feel like
looking
I'd want to
for-
experience, but I'd want to experience black culture there. I've heard Chicago.
Okay.
Go to Houston.
Good.
Ooh.
Nigerians, there's hella Nigerians over there.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Houston,
there's
Houston,
love
Dallas.
Nigerians in
It's all
Houston.
Nigerians.
Let
That
me
is-
go in.
It's all
Hella Nigerians,
Oh,
bro.
man, it's all Nigerians.
I've heard Chicago is nice for like a black.
Listen,
Because you know,
I'm
like
black.
when you see.
Chicago. I
Yeah,
love,
but Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta's like.
I love
Atlanta's
it,
like
you
going to
know?
Vegas at this point. Atlanta feels Vegas.
It seems too much, man.
No, I
Atlanta
love
feels
guys.
too much.
I was there for 3 days and it was the best 3 days of my
Atlanta's
life.
lit.
Yeah, but Atlanta feels like
What?
it's too much.
Really?
I want to experience like black. You see, like when you watch like black films, like Love Jones. Like I want to go to like a nice
Okay.
jazz cafe.
DC.
I want to go to like the spoken word night.
Like
Like,
New Orleans, I think.
Okay, New
Maybe.
Orleans, yes, because that is a really good time.
is that where they
like-
have the Essence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
yeah.
go to Essence Fest actually.
I would recommend that number one. And like what you're describing is crazy because I talk trash about it all the time, but like that's DC. Like DC
Oh, is it?
like they call it like the bougie blacks. Like they're in DC. So like
Okay.
you can go see a jazz show. You can go like
Like a brunch.
Yeah, DC is brunch culture. That's
Oh,
what it is. It's brunch
Well,
culture.
that'll do it. So I feel like I want to experience that side of American culture. I'm trying to
I want it all. I'ma eat it.
tour. And the food.
I'm gonna go on tour. Take me everywhere. Like I'm here for it, and I'll just go and speak my Queen's English. You know.
Aw. Yeah, I'm gonna add it's on my list anyway. To be fair, and we'll see what happens.
How did you feel about the filthy debacle?
You know, I was hoping Marks would be here so I could ask, did Broski take no money or not? Like, you know, no one has provided like evidence. Both people just be like, everyone's being vague. I need to know, did bro take the money
or not?
Did you steal or not?
Oh man,
Tigo.
did bro take the money? Because one, I need him to return the money and come back because
Oh, you want it back?
I'm tired of Steve-O interrupting the guests all the time. I'm like, bro, let the show run. Let the show run. Like, I love that show, but like now, it is still entertaining. But like so many times that they'll ask a question and then Steve will be like, oh, you know, I also know the answer to that question. And I'm like, just let the and like Tigo was good at managing.
Yeah.
Like letting the flow of the show run. So I wish obviously he can't come back, but I wish, bro, why you taking the money? Come on. Come on.
Who's your favorite character on there? Don't say Marks.
He's up there, I'd say. Lippy sometimes when he's not on his super Arsenal thing. PK.
Oh, PK is funny, you know.
PK's hilarious.
PK is too funny.
Yeah, Miles gets on my nerves sometimes. Miles gets on my nerves. But yeah, I'd probably say PK or Margs. He's as entertaining as he is, I hate watching loons talk about football. I hate because
you have a hard time on TDA.
He'll just he'll pick one point and like
just stay on that.
And it's like it's not even a discussion. There's nothing you can tell Loons once he has his point. He's on it, so he's not going anywhere. But it's funny because I love Loons on No Behavior. But Loons on 50, I can't say. Okay.
What about podcast listen to?
From the UK, I listen to HC podcast sometimes.
Okay.
There's one called Pull Up Podcast.
Okay.
I like that one. And then look at my phone. 3 Shots and 90s Babies.
What was the first one you listened that you heard? Do you remember?
The first one? It might be no, it's definitely HC podcast.
Or the first one?
That was the first one.
Stacey says, I missed TDA last week because I was in DC for homecoming. Esther, you'd love it.
Is Howard Homecoming?
Yeah, because she's a Howard alumni. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Big up, Stacey.
Yeah, that's a really big thing. A lot of my friends went for that. Yeah.
I feel like America has so much like just black culture. Like it's so like being from the other side here, it just looks so lovely and wholesome and just so together. If that makes sense. Would you say actually? Well, I don't know if you would know that. I was gonna say that. Do you feel like Americans have a tighter black community than UK people do?
No, UK has a way tighter black community.
Really?
I think so.
I was disagreeing with this
Because we are here every day.
We had this
I think
conversation.
that it's so spread out in America.
Yeah.
So like, especially college makes it strange because college you're mixing people from all sorts of places.
But then you actually have like, I said that's like an ACS though, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I feel like theirs is like deeper though. Because it's like, because
fraternities
theirs is like,
and stuff.
because theirs is like if I want
I'm
to
not
apply
a
to
fan
this
of frat
company.
culture at all.
Okay, why?
One, I
Is
think
this a sorority thing?
yeah, frats and sororities, especially with the frats. Like I don't know the sororities as well. A lot of it, and the school I went to, like University of Virginia, is one of the like, it's probably like number 2 public school in America at the time when I was there. Realistically, if you're there, you're a nerd. Like you're not a hood nigga at all.
Okay,
But then people come there and try and pretend they were somebody back home that they weren't.
They do it in here too.
So then they join they join these frats and like act like they're gang members. And there's solid people in there. Like there's real people that like are just who they are. And then there's people who are like, you're pretending now. And I think a lot of people join for like clout and like trying to just be somebody who they aren't.
They're not.
And yeah, so then it gets
Because I feel like from what we see, when you are part of like a fraternity, it's like a social symbol.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it gives
yeah.
you an edge.
Like I have a friend, like when I went into University of Virginia my first year, it was like a group of us, like 5 of us, like we're all best friends, and 4 of them became frat members. Okay. And then I decided I didn't want to do it. But then one of them is telling me, and he's like from the same hometown as me. He's like a Ghanaian. He's like a swole dude, and during his crossing process, he like turned to me one day and he was like, you know, when I finish this, like you're gonna fear me. What? And I was like, bro, what? And he was like, yeah, you're gonna fear me. And I was like, you know, like today if we fought, I'd lose. And I don't fear you. So like,
No, I love that.
so I was like, what do you think is going to happen when they brand you? Like, what do you think is going to change? But like, he really had this mindset of like everything changes once.
Once you make it.
Once you make it. So I'm just like, wow.
That is hilarious. I think if I went to, I think that is one thing that I would have wanted to experience. I feel like whenever I've watched like shows and stuff growing up here, I always wish I got to experience like school, college, or
It just looks so
university.
fun.
No,
The
and
high
some
school
of it is mad cool. I won't lie.
Because we don't have that.
We don't have the high
over
school
here.
culture, yeah.
So like the high school for you, like, I just you know
It
what I
looks so
mean.
lit.
You know what I really wanted my life to be. Yeah,
A cheerleader.
Okay, yeah, there is that. I did.
I wanna see- I wanna be a cheerleader
was my
so
cheerleading
bad.
phase, yeah, but I think also like, sorry, I wanted
Look at
this.
how you guys are cursing
Stacey.
my life.
You know when we started to my sorority, I knew
Yep.
Stacey was gonna come up.
Oh,
Hey, just know I didn't mention the sorority, so
you know
please.
what? You know what I wanted?
Please allow me.
I wanted to go, yeah, as like the British girl. You know, like the new girl in the
Oh,
school,
yeah.
who has come from the UK, the British accent. And all the popular girls can't stand her because she's British, yeah, and everyone loves her because
You
she's
wrote your
Indian.
own Lindsay Lohan movie.
Bro, I wanted the Mean Girls / Save the Last Dance like merge. That's what I wanted. Literally, that was my story.
Oh my gosh! No, I hear
Not
it.
too much, us, please. Not too much. Because I'm tired of the sorority and fraternity slander. And I feel like it always creeps up in these conversations because, like Christy said, y'all be viewing us from a Hollywood lens. So y'all really did not be getting it in the UK. But
Do they do those dances? Do the men do those dances, Stacey?
yes, they do. They
Well-
stroll and they hop and do.
Wait, Stacey, I saw something the other day trending on TikTok. And it was like a group. It's gonna annoy me because I don't remember the name of the group. It was like apparently it's a group of
Noobs.
guys. Yeah.
What
So
is
I
it?
was
What's it
like,
called?
The Kappas, they
Oh,
call
okay.
noobs.
the nukes. I was like, what? Like I just kept
The
seeing the
Kappas.
trend,
Mm.
and then I saw one video and I said, oh okay. I understand why this is trending. Have you seen it?
No.
The nukes.
They're always weird.
Oh no! The video I saw, they weren't weird. They were fine as hell. They were fine
Yeah,
as
that
hell.
What are they called?
I said, oh okay. But
Looks
then they
will
obviously
deceive
started
you.
doing they were stepping.
strolling,
Yeah,
Okay.
they were stepping. The thing is, maybe it's because I like dancing and stuff in it, so I don't look at that stuff and find it cringy or weird. Like I just
No,
I
it's
accept
cool,
it for what it is.
But then sometimes people take it too far. So like when they're doing that thing, you can't step. You
You're
can't
not
interfere.
allowed.
It's
Yeah,
not
no,
too
I've
far.
seen,
I've
It's
seen
not
I've seen
too
a girl
far.
get punched for walking through
It's
it.
not too far.
Wow.
It's
And
not
I just
too
like
far.
you've taken it too far.
No, it's not.
Well,
you
when you're
have
punching a
to
girl, you're not taking it too far.
You're not. She needs to back up.
You be like, all right, now you guys see what I'm saying.
Where was the girl walking?
She like walked.
This is
She walked
we
too close to
don't-
them while they were dancing, and then
And she got punched in the
she got
face.
punched in the face.
and move. And move.
moved.
It's not that nobody punched her in the face. It's that, girl, you clearly see us strolling. I'm not about to interrupt the stroll because you want to walk
Nah,
like a
because
blind
this party's
person.
So you
packed.
couldn't.
Ain't
They
no
couldn't use
rules.
their voice to say move back. They had to
No,
punch
girl,
her.
you can see. We don't break our lines. That's a hard no. You should know that. Now, at this point, now
Don't
you're
do
not reading
horns for domestic violence. What are you doing?
See, look.
It's not domestic violence.
This is assault.
That is like a cultural like read the room. Like I'm trying to think of like an equivalent. Like if we're
can't
praying
punch somebody.
and someone just starts talking, do you stop the prayer to tell them to keep quiet, or do they need to read the room? Not that I'm
I
comparing.
definitely don't punch him in the
Wait,
face.
innit?
Wait, did
I
you-
don't
I'm
punch
saying-
them. I don't punch them to silence them. That's for sure.
But
Did
you
you say
might
prayer?
raise your voice
Yeah.
to
Are
overtake.
you,
I
are
would
you
definitely
comparing
something like-
strolling to prayer?
I'm not.
I would
comparing
definitely
it to
something like,
prayer.
excuse me.
I'm saying, I stuck for a lot. Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to use an example where someone will need to read
Please
the
leave
room.
God. Please leave God alone.
Please.
Okay, sorry. I don't have another example where
Because there's
someone.
no
needs to read
example,
This is
Stacey.
nothing.
There
That
is.
was wild.
You just.
Bro.
It's just one of those things where you just have to read the room. Sorry, like, and I would die on this hill, not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, I would die on this hill because where I crossed, like, it's a big deal. Like for us, like, we did not play
It is a
that.
big deal. I have something to say about that school too, but we'll get to that later.
You can tell us off
Anyway,
air.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
See,
Anyway,
look at these people.
but yes, I did miss.
No, but that's
all
all
of
the
last
members.
week.
I think, do you know what it is?
Go ahead.
I think not being part of it, yeah, looking out, like, being outside of it seems weird. Not
It
like a
seems
not in
like
a
smoke and
disrespectful
mirrors until
way.
you get to the
But I
other
think
side.
it's like, I get that you don't break the line, but
I just think
that
in
doesn't.
all aspects, sometimes people take themselves too seriously, and it's like
Yeah,
You
just have to
don't?
have
No, you can't,
a
because you
little-
can't justify
Yeah.
punch somebody as we we've got a rule. We don't use
No.
not have a
and then
rule,
just go
we
back to
don't break the
dancing. You just go back to dancing. You just punch the girl. You just go back to
Because you
dancing.
could be like, move. Like
Relax.
someone could have done something.
No.
Like even someone who's a spectator who knows how important this is and lines can't be broken could have moved her. Like, what are we doing here?
No, sweetie. I don't expect you to understand what
Oh,
that
I don't want to
means,
understand
you're
because
not-
this is backwards
No,
thinking.
no,
not
but as much as I might slander them, like there's a lot of like my boy Taji, like he's a real solid member staff. Like a lot of them are really cool guys. They're just certain people who I think weren't cool growing up, and then you got a lick, you got in, you knew somebody, you got in,
and so now it's your whole identity.
Now you've taken it too far. But like, there's a lot of people who are just like, no, you're actually just a cool,
I feel like there definitely would be. Like, I feel like with things anyway, you always have like a range of people. But I can imagine that there will be people, because you see that even in smaller groups, where like this is now the entire identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's nothing else going on. Like, this is them now, kind of thing.
Why has it got such bad PR? I mean,
punch people in the faces, Brent.
No, forget about that.
Bad
Forget about the punching. That particular incident is just a nice isolated incident, right?
Yeah, and I make sure it's isolated.
Everybody's doing a choreographed dance, and you've decided to basically walk in and disrupt that. That's mad.
Right,
but if we're being real, we was all in a packed party, and you started doing your choreographed dance.
Bro, exactly. Like, what are you talking about?
So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general. I'm not talking about where they've just decided to just
break out into a dance.
Hey, don't get me down for that. Don't do that. Stacey will send them people for you.
I find it is so cool to watch that happen, and the fact that they don't even care about their surroundings. You understand? There's no shame in what they do.
No. There's a
and
cool
they'll
aspect to
fall
it.
in line and they would just do it. I see it like the army. Do you understand? Type of discipline that you can basically learn from being part of that type of thing. Like I'm all for that.
No, there is a lot of discipline. Like I have a friend who, like, I guess a lot of people had the story, but like they end up losing a lot of weight, and like they end up what's it called when they're like in their studies, just in their everyday life, they like live a lot more regimented life. So like
he was on a line diet.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, my boy was suffering. But then also you had the aspect where like he lost a lot of weight, joined his frat, became more popular, and then he's on this like, oh yeah, like these girls wasn't trying to talk to me, now they see I'm lit and blah blah blah. You was dusty before.
You was dusty before. You didn't take care of yourself before. Excuse me, that's for having standards.
Bro. Like, you was dusty. Like now,
they've got standards.
Yeah, like you was always cool. Like you was my boy, but like let's be
be
fair,
for real, man.
Bro.
Don't forget your beginnings.
Let's be fair.
And don't they kind of look out for each other afterwards, and then kind of?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I would never be unemployed as a Delta. Are you crazy? It's impossible.
You would never what?
I would never be unemployed as a Delta. It's impossible.
Someone will find you a job. Yeah, that's the thing.
I will never be in need of anything as a Delta. If I'm stuck anywhere, I guarantee you there's somebody anywhere in this planet that I can just make a couple phone calls just on account of Delta. I'm good. Like,
yeah, I think just off that alone, that's sick.
The
everybody
concept
though.
Of it is amazing.
No, but it's everybody though, or is that just because you've got people?
No. Everybody in Delta or in your sorority, if you're a member, you're taken care of.
That's good.
To the Divine Nine in general, but especially to my own organization.
That's really good though. I feel like that's a good thing. I think that's one of the best things about it.
Like on paper, if this is applied correctly, it's a beautiful thing. I just think again, sometimes humans stray and like they take it too far or they mess it up. But like on paper, I think it's a great thing.
Because it does give cult vibes though.
I just want to answer Black Rob's question because I think that sometimes people dodge this question and it makes this cult narrative like blow for no reason. And I think not answering the question does more harm than good.
Can you read the question as well before you do, please?
Yeah, he asked, let me even find it. He said, is there a pledge of secrecy where members promise not to disclose the organization's information? Oh. The reason why I said the way he framed that question was weird because it gave very much leading the jury. Like the loaded language is crazy. It's not a pledge of secrecy. Like it's actually not that. It's just we don't disclose certain parts of our, I don't want to call it process because that's a different word, but like certain organizational information that is only accessible to people who are members of the organization is something that we broadcast. And I promise you, it's not anything like cult-like. Like it's just things that we sing, like things that, and it's not like sing like ritualistic. No, literally it's just different. Every organization has their own things that is just exclusive to their members. And people like to just blow it up because of the whole smoke and mirrors and the seriousness that's taken, like in terms of like being discreet about our organizations. But like what it's hard for me to describe because it's people come at it with that from that angle, and they want to die on the hill that this is a cult. Okay, if that's what you want to think, cool, but it's definitely not. Like, these are organizations that are literally rooted in community service, literally like scholarship and scholastic advancement, and it's not for everybody. So hate it or love it. Yeah.
You know the kind of stuff that you can't discuss? Are they like positive or... I don't know if you see it as negative, though, to be fair. But are they like what kind of subject areas, if you're allowed to say that? Is it like what the initiation process is like? I know you said you can't, like, the songs you guys sing, you can't share that, which is fair. But what kind of stuff is it that you can't share? You're killing me.
Certain songs are just certain example, like that I was giving on the Baker side. Okay. That is a topic of conversation, initiation, but I think everybody's process is different, and I'm not obviously going to disclose mine. That's private, but like that's just a cultural thing. Like you don't talk about that. Like, because to me it has more to do with, again, fighting that narrative, like, and understanding, like, how do I say this? Like, there things, the way, if you look at the history of where these organizations, like, not began, because I wouldn't say they were founded this way, but where some of these initiation processes, like, came from, honestly, there's a lot of positiveness that people, like he was saying, I'm sorry, I don't get, what's the guest name? I'm so sorry. I didn't catch it. I can't.
Miles.
Yeah, like Miles was saying, like, with time, humans abuse things. And the abuse is what got the narrative. That's what got the public's attention. So when people hold on to that, they lose, like, this didn't start like this. This is not what this is for. So it's better to just keep what you experienced, to your chest, and you understand why you did what you did, or why certain traditions are what they are. And that's your business. Like, it's not for the business of anybody who's not a member of your organization. Honestly, damn near not even just your organization, your chapter. So, and for me, it's extremely important because I'm Alpha Chapter. Like, that's not your business. Like, other chapters do their own thing. And I respect everybody else's traditions, and I respect that you respected yourself in your own process. Like, that's just not for public consumption.
Is it just the men's one that they do hazing and stuff? Or what's that for? Is that sports?
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a non-hazing organization. I cannot speak to what other people do.
Okay.
Yeah, child. Everybody be safe out here.
You said be in the charges for a second.
Be safe. Be safe.
Y'all ain't be in the charges, bro. Anyway.
Everybody be safe out here. Yeah, and it's not just for Black people. But I think everybody should. I think it is one of those things that is so hard for me to understand, like, when y'all, like, that y'all don't get it, because that's such a big part of, like, college culture, especially for Black. So it's so interesting, like, how y'all just really don't be getting it. I don't be knowing how to explain it to y'all. But
because you know what? It's funny. We feel the exact same way you feel. We don't get... Well, because we're not saying we, because I think Brent is about to divide himself.
Because the thing
that's
is...
fair. But the majority of people don't understand it. The same way you don't understand why we don't get it, we don't understand why you get it.
All right. If you strip away the dancing, right? Because I don't know what affects you the most, Miles? What offends you the most?
Offends me? Nothing. Yeah. I'm not really offended by it. Like, I get what it is. But, like, I just think sometimes people make it their whole personality and then expect you to uphold them to, like, this image they've built of themselves. And it's like, you have to, at the end of the day, realize you're just a human, just like everybody else.
Talk to me about that. Explain that further. Elaborate. Because I don't know if Stacey's ever come across as that each time she's called in. Mm-hmm. So I need to understand what that means. Again,
there are people who, like, go through the whole process, do it right, and they're just good, genuine people. So Stacey's probably one of those people. But then there's a lot of people who caught a lick and joined, and you were, I don't want to call you lame, but, like, you weren't cool growing up. And, like, now you have this, like, revenge thing where, like, everybody now needs to know that, like, I'm cool or I'm certified. And you take that out on people.
You're not certified.
And you take that out on people and you just, like, project that, like, insecurity of yourself onto people. And I think that's, like, the actual frat or sorority isn't the issue, but it's the people, like, weaponizing.
You carry it on your head.
Yeah.
Because imagine telling your friend, when I finish this, you're going to fear me.
Yeah.
That's
It was
insane.
Get out of my
insane.
face twice.
It was so insane. I couldn't believe it.
Can I ask you, Stacey, if somebody basically drops out of college or they fail, like, but they're part of like one of these fraternities, do they lose their membership or?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Equal opportunities.
That's
No.
all right.
Then would they help them though with like getting a job and stuff? Would they be okay as well?
Yeah, because you're still like that's
like member benefits.
You have. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a member benefit, but it's just like that's your Neo, your line brother, your like you're still very much in the organization. Like that doesn't. It's not a. You don't lose your credibility because you didn't finish school. Like there's probably reasons for that people are giving grace on. It's not very common, but it does happen.
And when you have an initiative to undertake a task to achieve, you all come together and the collective power or resource that you all have, it gets done, right?
What gets done?
Anything that you want to do, anything that your chapter decides, this charter or chapter, I don't know what it's called.
Not even. I'm sorry, Jack. You said charter chapter where?
Huh? So say for example, that someone wants to set up like the new Black here.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
If that's a task that you guys want to complete.
Yeah. So everyone will band together to make sure that that's achieved, right?
I wouldn't say it works like that. Every organization has different things that they like, different pillars that they stand by. Right? So for us, it would have to go under our programmatic thrust. Like every organization has their different things, and those are where their programming stems out of. So it just depends on what the sororities for that calendar year, like what they're focused on or what their theme is and where they want to contribute in the community is. There are things like that happen.
What did y'all do last year? What have y'all done this year collectively?
Everybody's focused on voting right now.
All right.
Like really being behind Kamala is she's not a part of my sorority, but she's part of the Divine Nine. So that's like a big thing. Everybody's devoting their attention to throwing the support behind her. So voter registration is
Divine Nine. So the charters basically come together for a joint cause, like this, basically.
Exactly.
And that's the Divine Nine. So outside of your charter, you all have agreements with other charters to come together for certain things.
No. So the Divine Nine is it's an unofficial name for the Black fraternities and sororities. The National Pan-Hellenic Council is what the actual term is for them, but there are 9 fraternities and sororities, 6 of which were founded at Howard, that are Black fraternities and sororities. Kamala is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Kamala's sorority is the first Black sorority. We're the second. Story time behind that for later. But yeah, all of them are getting together to throw their support, like through different initiatives, most of which are like voter registration things, to throw support behind her.
So the reason why I'm asking is because, Emmanuel, don't you always push for these types of initiatives where a few Black people with good intentions, with resources, come together and say, all right, cool, this is what we're going to be doing for the next, 2 to 4 years, right? And this is the strategy we're going to deploy in order to achieve this. Yeah. And then you actively look to do things, pull people in if it is that they have joined this annex. And once you pull them in, don't they have to basically abide by certain principles, right? Because if it is that they don't, then the genesis of it crumbles. Right?
That's what I said in the chat. But why is this a bad thing?
No, you said why a cult's a bad thing.
Yeah, same thing.
No,
it's not the same thing. Them people that do mass suicide, it's not the same thing.
To be clear, no organization is partisan. Like it's not like we're pushing only Democrat. Like we want people to vote in general. Obviously, because Kamala's a member of the Divine Nine, it's easy for us to throw. Most of the membership of all the organizations are supporting her, but I don't want the narrative to seem like it's like Democrat or like a certain party leaning. It's not that.
But do you tell the people who don't support Kamala how dangerous Trump is? Like you tell us. Like do you? Do you really hope
these are educated people who like are smart and they're able to.
So they know better, basically.
Exactly, is what I'm trying to say. For the most part, there are some coons everywhere, but we still love them. You know.
Stacey, I have a question.
Yeah.
So,
what's up?
How you guys are like so focused on like sisterhood or brotherhood and like being close and stuff like that? How do you feel about like those schools that will cross like 72 person lines and stuff?
That shit is crazy as hell.
Okay.
What's that? Explain that.
Yeah, so like most lines probably have like you can have like 1-2 people on it, maybe 10 people on the line.
That's scary.
And then now you have schools where it's 72 people in one crossing group, like that cross at the same time.
What you're saying?
Oh, you're talking about
Alpha?
No, like that 72 members got inducted in one ceremony.
At the same time.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's like 10 max, around 10.
My line is 41.
Oh,
my line is
Is it quality control? Is it a quality control issue?
Yeah, what's the issue with the 72?
If you're so big on you guys being close and together, and there's 72 of you, how could you all?
How would you be able to build a relationship with each person?
Yeah, exactly.
Impossible. It's a money play. I don't know what AKA's obsession is with that shit, but I think that is very bogus, and they're trying to do that every year.
That's Kamala's people.
Oh,
yeah, that's people. That is disturbing to me. There's no universe where you're going to tell me 100. Oh, anyway.
But then what if they had a lot of sign up because Kamala's currently running for presidency? So it's a lot of excitement.
They've been doing this.
Sign up.
Oh, you have to pay to be a member, by the way.
How much you pay?
Are you crazy?
Is it a subscription?
Oh yeah.
Monthly?
No. I think it's a one-time payment. I don't know.
Can you tell us that part? Is that something that you can share with us, Stacey?
The amount is for interested members, but
it ain't $50.
And then you have 100 person line. 100 people just paid that membership fee.
That chapter account is looking fat. Good for them, but that is crazy to me.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna see someone's talking about it on Reddit or something. I'm so curious. Huh?
Maybe it.
Yeah, man. I don't know how much
this is not $100 fee. This is bread. But yeah, I think it's crazy. My line is 41. The maximum that I'm taking for women is 50. The maximum I'm taking for men, anything over 10, y'all are crazy.
Wait, so
40, you said 41 then. You said
41
50.
And you know all of them like your sisters?
Are you crazy? Front to back.
And you love all of them?
Front to back.
Word.
Now,
this is what, every year, right? Or what?
Absolutely not.
Every year or every semester, it could be. Sometimes they don't have anybody doing it.
But what's the difference between 50 and 72?
A big difference, but that's not. I cannot express.
If you're doing 50, you can do 72. Love.
We're not privileged to that information.
But if you can do 50, you're doing 70. Like, I feel like it's like pot calling the kettle black. If you can do 50, you can do 70. Because I thought you were like going to say like 10 max.
No, 10 to me. 10 max for men. I'm anything over 10. I think is crazy for men.
Men,
for women,
for men.
Why men? What's the difference?
I don't. That's a personal.
Sister.
It's to do with some of the things behind the scenes that can't stretch.
I didn't
know.
They ain't got enough manpower.
Yes, or black.
No, and I just think men have smaller populations anyway.
They're black.
What happened?
Stupid
Nothing.
Point. Are there any surviving sorority or frat videos on YouTube and TikTok, or do they get flagged?
Have you all seen a movie?
Yeah, you can find
Burning Sands or something like that?
Burning Sands.
No, stop telling people that properly.
I feel like did I watch? I said no. Stop telling people that.
Oh,
was that secret?
No, you can find footage from when pledging was above ground.
Can you leave?
That sounds crazy. Yeah, there's a denouncing epidemic going on right now. I was talking about that in the chat when y'all were talking about religion.
What is denouncing?
So right now there's a big thing, and I talked about this in the chat when y'all were talking about like pastors and religion, and when you guys were talking about the Black church. I think pastors, like, my issue currently with the state of religion, especially in the Black community, is there's just a lot of religious manipulation, and it doesn't just extend to like finances. I think it's a mindset thing. I think a lot of pastors are out here jealous of their parishioners, or they just have a certain distaste or like a certain way, like it's a control issue about how they feel like someone should exist in their Christianity, and they use pulpit propaganda to like project onto their parishioners in a weird way. And it's really affecting like Black Greeks, because now like pastors and Christianity is painting these organizations to be these demonic, devil worshipping, idealistic organizations that are anti-Christ and anti-Christianity, and you should not be a part of them. So here come these prayer warriors who sit here and listen to these ridiculous pastors. Many pastors who have sense are also Greek, so to me, it doesn't make sense. People who cried and said, God led me to this organization. I prayed for this for so long. All of a sudden are saying, oh, this is anti-God, this is this, and like really just painting this nonsensical brush over what Greek life is. And yeah, they're just doing this whole evangelism of being anti-Greek and getting people to denounce their letters. Basically, denounce just means like, I'm no longer affiliated with XYZ organization because of whatever Christian, in my opinion, nonsense that they digested. And it just is what it is. We actually had a really big deal because we just crossed a girl in 2024. It went completely viral, so I have no problem talking about this. But yeah, we just crossed a girl in 2024 at Alpha Chapter at Howard. And like less than 30 days later, she denounced and like publicized this letter to Delta where she took parts of the ritual, and which is private information. Delta definitely sued her ass.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Oh, they sued her?
Can we what?
Are you crazy? Yeah, gone.
So the video's
like,
gone?
They took that
No,
down.
she still has it on her page. She's setting up business. And
Can you
yeah, good luck to her finances.
She not sending that to you.
She's crazy. No, I'll send it to you. I don't care. It's out there. When it went live on socials, like the way I was sitting on the phone for hours and hours and hours, like this was bad. Like it's crazy.
Please send this to me.
Yeah.
The way that people take things out of context, like your commitment to misunderstanding things is crazy. Like I know my organization, I'm generalizing here, but most of these organizations, honestly, we say it directly, like Delta Sigma Theta is founded on Christian principles. We're not a Christian organization, but our founders were Christian women. Like there is definitely Christian influence in a lot of the things, or a lot of the different, different things that we program.
Do any of them still do the paper bag test, or is that done?
Are you crazy? That's an Alpha Kappa Alpha thing, and no.
Also, they do it.
Was it a bag test?
Back in the day,
Can you just give context every time you mention something?
Oh, sorry, my bad. The brown paper bag test is basically like they hold up a brown like a lunch bag.
Yeah.
And then if your skin doesn't match, if it's not lighter than the bag, you're not in.
Huh?
Yeah, black people.
So I wouldn't be.
And which one is that one?
Sorry. Oh, that's Kamala's association, Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Makes sense.
The color of your skin.
But then isn't K Michelle part of that?
So
no, K Michelle's a Delta.
Okay.
I know some places they stopped. Hopefully they stopped everywhere.
That's crazy.
So are these like just black? These are black things, just for black people.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like as in sororities and stuff.
Anybody could join.
There are non-black people in the sororities, which is controversial to people.
In yours as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was black thing.
It's mainly black people, but like anybody could join.
Mostly black.
There's white boys. I know Asian dude.
Wait, so question. So if, for example, you're part of it, yeah, and then say like one of my sorority sisters got me a job, and then I denounce. Do I denounce the job as well?
No.
But she might get you out of there though.
But I'm saying that get me out of there.
She would hate you.
Get you out of there.
Yeah, man.
They might post.
Because I'm very awkward. That if I denounce and then say my manager or the CEO, denounce my ass from the job.
That's and honestly, that I think that's like another weird thing. Like I know people who've denounced. Like I have a lot former line sisters now who've denounced. Like I don't hate you as an individual because you decided to make a choice based on a religious decision. Honey, if God told you to do that, by all means, follow him. Like,
okay, so you're still cool with them?
Yeah, that's not my calling. Like, I think people have to do what's best for them and their faith. I just don't appreciate when you take that and you paint.
Like, trying to bring the rest of us down.
Yeah, it's like, girl, and what you think I'm doing? Worshiping the devil? All right, so it's like, that's where I draw the line.
But have you found that
you are, innit?
But have you found that it's affected your friendships and that your friends have left?
Sorry?
You said you got friends that have left, right?
Yeah.
Did it affect your friendship, do you think?
I think I can't say it affected it.
Okay.
I just think we just had to like have a couple of difficult conversations where we like try to understand where each other's coming from. But I think at the end of the day, it's not for me. It's not for me to convince you. Yeah. Because at that point, I'm not going to challenge a faith decision. But I'm also asking for the mutual respect. Please don't keep your evangelism.
Yeah.
Like that's not the God I know. So
okay, this is
yeah,
so
everybody has
interesting.
their own opinion about it. But yeah,
can we have the ID for the
Video.
the video?
the video of what?
The
Done with that girl,
the
One that
denouncer.
the
denounced.
whistleblower.
Oh, child, it's not a video. It's a post. I'll send it to y'all after because I don't care for that to be on TDA. But if y'all want to see like different, I just don't. I don't ever want to contribute to like a narrative that is like
Yeah,
negative
because you might
and
face
false.
disciplinary. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You said what?
I said yeah, because you might face disciplinary. If I was in the organization and then there's this thing that's like against the, well that like painting us in a bad light, and then I hear that you're broadcasting it.
No, I wouldn't. That's not how it works. Like, I obviously wouldn't go out and speak negatively about my organization, but that it's not like, oh, if you say something like you're in trouble, like what? That's crazy. That would be a cult.
Do you ever
like,
face no. But can you? Do you face? Is there things that you can face disciplinary for? Like, could you misrepresent?
Yeah.
Say the brand, the organization actually.
Yeah, you can.
Are you allowed to say?
And that's
an example of what that would be.
I'm not a representative for my organization, and I don't speak on behalf of my organization.
But wouldn't they give you the rules of things not rules, but you get me? Like, wouldn't they tell you that? Wouldn't it be explained to you? Like, if you start a job or whatever, they would say that if you do this.
Oh yeah, we are very well aware of the parameters that we can operate in
okay,
as
so you
members.
can't. So that's a secret.
Yeah, no, it's not a secret. That's something that people talk about all the time. Like that's like when you have people who go on, like say, especially now, like this is something very public. You'll see a lot of Divine Nine members who are like notable people, like famous people who are coming out in support of Kamala. They might happen to wear like sorority or fraternity paraphernalia. And one of the first things you'll probably hear them say is, I am not speaking on behalf of my organization. My organization is a bipartisan or partisan, nonpartisan organization. My views are not a reflection of my organization, but they are that of my own. Like, we don't speak on behalf of our organization at large, our chapters. That they are designated people who are authorized to make statements on behalf of those entities. Like we know how each organization operates, and those are rules that we follow. Like that's not anything that's a secret. That's
Question.
just
If you get cooked online, say you do something that people are trying to get you cancelled online. Will your sorority
better ride?
Like, do they succumb to the pressures? Basically?
Better ride for you.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because if you say, let's say for example, let's just say you say something that's deemed as anti-Semitic. Will your sorority be like, well, like can you face? Will you have meetings about that kind of thing?
I think just like you would like a close friend, you're not going to go online and bash them if they're wrong, but somebody's definitely might be like, hey,
do you know
maybe you should bite your tongue.
If you commit a crime, do you get kicked out of the group, out of the organization?
You can.
Okay.
Not that you're not getting kicked out on account of that crime, but if it's hard for me to explain.
Like, say someone commits a crime and they get sentenced and jailed for the crime, you gotta come out of the organization.
Yeah, you can be there. It's like any affiliation to something. If you do something very so egregious, especially if it gets some type of public attention, child, like, and it's a poor reflection of the organization. And we have, policies and procedures that reflect like character, I'm sure. Yeah, child, bye.
Do you guys have like monthly meetings and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Or weekly meetings or
like catch-ups?
Or LOL. Sorry. Black Rob, you've been reading. This man just said, is Boule a fraternity? No. Boule is Kamala's sororities national meeting. We have meetings. When you join, there's your collegiate chapter. When you graduate, you can join a graduate chapter anywhere. Like we have local ones everywhere. The Q's just opened a chapter in Nigeria. Okay. Like we have chapters all around the world.
Okay, so chapters are like little groups of the big organization.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Because I wonder how we were going to get one to be free on the same day. I was struggling with my friends. To brunch. Huh?
There's one in London, and you can join at the graduate level, or you can. Most people join at a collegiate level, which is like what most people like probably see on TV and stuff. But you can also join on the graduate level. And like that's how we continue doing like all of the work that we do and all the different programs stuff that we do. Actually, fun fact, my organization opened the first hospital in Kenya post Kenya's independence. Like we do real stuff.
All right.
Like real work is being done.
Doing good
So
things.
and that's the attention that people don't see. They just see, oh, the hazing, the this. Like, no. That's not what it's about. It's my organization is about sisterhood scholarship service. Like, we donate money out the wazoo to different stuff. We have programs in our community for Black men, Black women, you know, the community at large, like different things in policy, like we're a part of, like, and these are with all the organizations, but that doesn't get the attention. So that's what I was talking about earlier. It's so interesting how y'all digest the stepping and the strolling and the, you know, the parties and that kind of stuff. But it's like, no, it's actually work. Like, this is not something it's not a social group.
Yeah. But it's always going to be seen that way, don't it? Because like people do that with the Masons as well.
Like, yeah, the Masons are also kind of similar to sororities and fraternities to an extent. But I think people here understand that, but it's not translated other places.
TC says, can you join if you're not in college? That's a good question.
No, you have to be a college graduate in order to join that.
I was thinking that would solve, obviously, Black Americans' issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone could just get a job. But, you know.
No, at least mine, you have to be. Well,
just get a job.
I'm pretty sure that's...
No, maybe not somebody.
Stacey, I don't know if you can answer this, but do you see a difference in people who are like, I'll explain after, but people who are made versus like paper, which is like people who took the test and they're now a member versus like people who did the whole like crossing process?
All members of all organizations fill out paperwork, and that is my answer to that question.
But what's the test and what's the paper?
Okay, so there are
the views shared by Miles are not the views.
These are my views.
To church.
Yeah.
Church.
I belong to God. Okay, there are scenarios where you can. I'll not say just because I don't know the whole process, but like you can take the test. You can take a test.
Like maths test.
No, not like
general knowledge.
Sure, related to wherever you're trying to join.
Okay.
And become a member.
Okay.
Versus people who like do a semester-long crossing process where
they the initiation and stuff.
Do the whole initiation.
Okay. Okay. And then what was Stacey's answer to that?
She said
they were the same in the eyes of God.
No, I think she said she declined.
That's what she said. I heard something about paperwork.
Oh, she said they all fill out paperwork and that's her answer. That's what she said.
Processed into their organization.
We know what that means, man. But it's okay.
I know what loads of conversation means, child.
Don't know what you're implying, but my answer was pretty clear.
I know.
Interesting.
But yeah.
All right. Well, this has been a fun.
Stacey, man.
Yo, Stacey, we got some ups.
I don't hate y'all, by the way.
We got some ups.
I just
no.
People are sending me.
Miles knows.
People are sending me the TikToks.
I just find it entertaining.
Miles is potting. He's a great potter.
Miles has been himself, you know.
Sorry, hold up. People are sending me messages to basically put up because I heard you say that you don't want to give me the Addy, right?
Juice.
So they've found it and they've sent it to me to play on TDA.
And I think that's violent.
I think that's violent.
That's not violent.
I can't see it, but I can hear it.
So why is it violent?
Because she doesn't want to see it.
She didn't want to.
She doesn't want to see it.
I can't help what people put.
No, she said she was going to be the one to send it to you for you to put up. My friend, put a finger, please.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
It's for education purposes, man.
Interesting.
Stacey, put all sorts of things in
the
space,
this?
She cannot.
Sorry.
She cannot
would you like me to play it to the wider audience?
This is what she said she can't do. She said she can't.
Sorry, Stacey.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. What's the question?
Would you like me to play it to the wider audience?
Can you send me the video? I don't know what video you're talking about.
What are you nodding for? What are you nodding for?
I don't think
I'm not.
No. Brent is the one nodding, babe. No, not you.
You can play the video and she can react.
I could do whatever I want.
No, you can't.
She cannot tell you to play this video. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't do whatever you want.
She will not tell you to play this video.
You can't do whatever you want. So don't sit there like you're big and bad, like the frat boy is trying to.
Oh wait. No. Here's my other thing.
You can't do what you can do.
You can let's say he's playing this video. Let's say it was about fraternity. Now he'll get some nigga in Tennessee saying like, you don't want to mess with us, bro. Like we're around the world. And it's like, bro, you're not a gang, bro. Brent
does not want to mess with Stacey.
You're supposed to be a community service organization. Like, why are you sending international threats? It's
but
insane.
Don't confuse that though with, and this is not me trying to shoot them bail. Like, this is me, like, clarifying. Again, narratives are important, especially because, remember, like, this podcast is not in the US. Like, these are people who don't know the way you know what you're referencing. Like, they're defending certain things, like mockeries that people make of the organization. Like when people make our hand signs or people make our sounds. And it's like, that's a bit, you don't do that out here. Like the same way, old girl who wanted to just decide to walk through when people are strolling, like, read the room. Black people do not do that. There are certain songs when you go to parties that if you know you're at a college function, a homecoming function, or certain things where Greeks are present, you clear the dance floor because you already know they're coming. Don't even bother. Like, just there are certain things that you just show a little bit of respect for. And when people do certain things like disrespect our hand signs that only we can throw, or disrespect our sounds that only we can make, like that's when they're like, watch out about that. Like we don't play about that. And that's not a game
so
thing.
with
It's
the
a
whole
respect.
mockery thing, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a British dude like with the whole like meet the noobs thing and the strolling on TikTok. There's a British dude. I think his name is like Asher.
That's why I saw it. So I literally saw it from
Exactly.
That's why I brought it up because obviously I saw it via him, where he did like
Doing
I guess
the
like
dance,
a comedy skit
Yeah.
from it, and then obviously everyone was like, "Don't
got
play with
on
them. They're
him.
gonna come and whatever." So I was like, "What is he?" That's what made me like go down the rabbit hole.
He was basically like mimicking the dance from the video, and then he started receiving all these threats, and then he made an apology video.
Threats is crazy. I'm not going
I
to
would have said,
condone
broski, you
anything.
gotta stand on that. Like,
Apology
I'm
video.
not making no apology video
No,
for some
but-
college people, bro.
but-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the college people are wrong. Like the frats are wrong. Like you shouldn't be out here threatening people, and they know better than that. They're just, again, humans. Like what you were saying earlier, you were literally spot on. Like humans fuck shit up. Like they know better than to be out here making threats, especially on behalf of our organization. We don't do that. Like that's not correct culture. So. Yeah, to answer your question, Brent, obviously, like, I'm not going to tell you what to and not to play. I'm also not a propaganda person. Like, I'm not going to, for educational purposes, show whatever you want. But like I said earlier, like, I've explained my sentiment on it.
Yeah, I got you. Question though, separately. Can I see one of your dancing videos? Not to
Are
play.
you crazy?
Not to play. But you can send it to the TDA phone afterwards.
I'm not a strolling soror, but I can send
so
you
you've
a
never
video.
strolled before?
I don't stroll, but I can send you like a video of like one of our swimming circles that we just did at homecoming.
How come you haven't strolled?
I'm not a strolling soror.
Is it
That's just not my
exercise?
thing. No. No.
How did you get there?
No. It's a thing. Some of my friends are like, I'm too old. I'm too old for that. Like, I'm not doing that no more.
Says the fitness queen.
Ciao.
Guru. Come on.
Yeah, but I know. But
I'm asking.
When did you cross, by the way?
I crossed in 2020.
True.
I did.
So no, I'm so curious. Like, how come you haven't done the step in?
Because it's not a requirement.
Wait, you've never done it ever?
I don't stroll.
Have you tried to do it in
I
front,
have
in the
strolled,
mirror?
but I don't
Okay.
stroll.
Okay.
Like,
that makes
we
sense.
all know our strolls, but I don't stroll.
Got it.
Like, that's not my thing.
Let me not push on this because it sounds like it's.
No, it's not a pushy thing. I'm one of those people who, like, if I go to a party, I'm very comfortable being in the corner. But get me drunk, I'm shaking my ass. But we don't drink and do that. So that's just not my bag.
Yeah, so it's the limelight.
It's not that. I'm not afraid of that. But that's just not me.
Oh. Thank you very much for everything you've said on this. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, you've repped your charter well.
Your flag.
The fact that this turned into a whole debrief about y'all are insane. And you know what? And you know what's so funny? E-Man has shouted out our Founders Day before, which was so adorable, and I appreciated that. But yeah, that would be such a great thing to highlight one of these days. I know y'all focus on like the UK Black History people, but it would be nice to
Yeah, when you come to the UK, then you can sit in the chair and you can basically introduce it.
Damn, Brent. Sorry.
Black History Month's in February.
Ours in February.
Yeah.
Shortest month of the year.
Yeah, child. They be doing us dirty. But anyway.
Thank you very much, Stacey.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brent, you're so childish.
All right. People's Journal.
All right. All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. A few things to talk about. Obviously, now that we're out of the EU, there's going to be certain things that's going to apply to us in it, right? So apparently, residents from outside of the EU, obviously including the UK, are going to be facing a surcharge, an additional surcharge, right, when visiting Paris. So the culture minister, Rashida Dati, she pretty much said that she wants to charge visitors to enter the Notre Dame Cathedral for the first time, as well as other attractions like the Louvre and things like that, right? Obviously, this is for non-EU people. So again, it kind of reminds me of what Stacey was talking about, innit? Like when you're part of that organization, the EU, then obviously certain benefits. When you denounce it, then obviously you're a regular folk now. But yeah, that's what's gonna be happening if this gets rolled out to people from the UK. So bear that in mind and stuff. The other day we were talking about working people and talking about the potential taxes or the potential changes in this budget that's going to be coming out at the end of the month, right? And remember, all the time we keep getting stuck on this whole working people thing. Why? Because Labour kept saying during their manifesto and even afterwards, now that they're in power, that there will be no changes, there will be no increases in taxes anyway, NI, income tax and things of that nature, and VAT for anyone who is working, right? Sorry, for any working person. That's his words, their words, right? So he sat down now with, what's her name, Beth Rigby, who's a political editor at Sky. And basically, they kind of cornered him and asked him to define what a working person is. So this is what he said. He said he believed the working person was somebody, these are his words now, who goes out and earns their living, usually paid in a sort of monthly check. But they do not have the ability to write a check to get out of difficulties. So that's the definition of a working person from Starmer's point of view, right? So the promise was for such people, there would be no increase in income tax, VAT, and what's that one? National insurance, yeah? So we're going to see what happens, basically, right? But Rigby, the lady who was sitting down with him, then asked him, would he classify a working person as someone whose income derived from assets? So if you got shares, you got property. And the Prime Minister said, well, they wouldn't come within my definition. So bear this in mind, people. And this is, I don't want to make this about my own personal view necessarily, right? But this is why I think it's important to be mindful of what we're doing long term. Because there are many of us who, for example, if you bought your own home, for example, or if your parents passed their home down to you, but you're still pretty much middle class, you're going to be affected by these things. You're a regular person. You're a normal person. You know what I'm saying? And you will now be affected by the changes because you don't fit into the category of a working person via Labour's definition. So again, we don't know necessarily the extent at which things will change for working people. Sorry, for those who don't fit into the definition of a working person. But once the budget comes out, end of the month, we're going to deep dive into it, like I said. And hopefully we can, decipher what's going to be coming ahead for us. Next thing I wanted to mention is, and I think I maybe mentioned this maybe sometime last year or something, millions of pension pots containing almost £10,000 are estimated to be lying unclaimed or inactive. There's millions of pension pots, right? So again, this is for you guys out there whose parents are pensioners. They're getting their pension, I don't know, monthly, quarterly, whatever it may be. It might be wise just to ask them to actually go about checking if there is a pension they haven't claimed yet. You know what I'm saying? There might be some job that they did, I don't know, 40 years ago that they've forgotten about that's sitting there. Might not have the biggest amount of money in it, but it's still money that should be yours and not the government's. You know what I'm saying? So it might be wise to look into that. I believe there's an app that kind of helps. Well, the government's got the pension tracing service, which is available to help people find lost pension pots. Yeah, so that's the pension tracing service. The Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association website also provides an idea of whether savers are on track for the sort of income that they expect in retirement. So that's pretty much for us as well, right? Well, not necessarily us, but those who are getting to a certain age. It's also why I remember when I was like, before I turned 20, I remember one uncle of mine basically said, listen, I want you to open up one of these pension accounts. I think it's probably equivalent of a LISA, one of those lifetime pension accounts, right? And he was like, look, I'll give you £20, start it, because trust me, when you get to X age, 50, 60, whatever, you're going to be happy that you started it. Little things like that can kind of help us to kind of gauge and calculate, like when we get to 60, or you can kind of work backwards and basically say to yourself, okay, I want to retire at 55. So this is the amount of money I need to have in my pot by that age. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that is something that I guess all of us should kind of look into. You're not too young to start, man. The next thing I wanted to mention is this whole water scenario in this country, man, with the water rates going up and Ofwat being involved and Ofwat maybe getting removed and all sorts of things taking over. Long story short, Thames Water has been thrown a cash lifeline, right? That would basically help them until October of next year. So Thames Water, just like every other company in this, every other water company in this country, wants to increase the amount of money that we pay. They have not done the services. They've not sorted out the sewage issues that the government's been talking about, but yet they want us to foot the bill. So they're basically saying, well, we don't have the money to do it. So they want a permission from Ofwat to basically charge us more money to then fund what they should have been doing for how many decades anyway. So Thames Water are going to be surviving. They're the UK's biggest water group. They've secured a loan of up to £3 billion. Because there was fears that they were pretty much going to run out of funding by Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So, and obviously they're the biggest water group, and you already know in a society where the government is used to this whole culture of bailing out companies, this is how our tax gets thrown in the bin. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff shouldn't really be happening, and this is why we pay more and more money towards these things, right? And the companies that should be allowed to fail are always kept afloat. You know what I'm saying? Wasting more and more of our money. But anyway, long story short, that's what's happening with Thames Water. They're not doing what they should be doing, but yet they're getting money. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the whole, what's it called? Is it the Black Power? Yeah, the UK Black Power list. It's just basically the most influential black people in the country. Every year they bring out a list, and the person that is basically at the top of the list is Dean Forbes. You guys know Dean Forbes?
Yeah.
Cool. So big up Dean Forbes, man. He basically topped it this year, man. He's 45 years old. Brent, if you don't mind putting a picture up, I'm pretty sure people have seen him, but they may not know his name. Just a brief something. Basically, he came from being a homeless teenager to becoming CEO of a successful tech company. And like I said, he's been named UK's most influential black person. Right now, he's a CEO of a software company called Fraternities, which is valued at €2 billion, so 1.7 billion pounds. And remember, I think it was earlier this week, we bigged up Edward Enninful.
Yeah.
He basically knocked off him as the top person this year. So yeah, just wanted to big up Dean Forbes, man, for putting in a lot of work. I remember seeing, I think it might have been last year or the year before, a video of him securing like a crazy deal.
His first, like $1 billion.
You know
he closed $1 billion deal.
Yeah. So yeah, he's doing a lot of good work out there and stuff. So yeah, just wanted to highlight his achievement. But yeah, there's not much else for the People's Journal today, guys.
All right, well, it's time for the reaction.
All right, people, welcome to the reaction. There isn't much to talk about. Well, not much football anyway. Yesterday, obviously, Mark's mentioned the game. I think it's the only game in the UEFA conference, UK teams playing.
Europa League and Conference
League. Sorry, the Europa Conference League, yeah. Chelsea played Panathinaikos, and they banged over Panathinaikos away, 4-1. So yeah, man, they defeated Panathinaikos, securing their second win in the league phase. Felix scored twice. Mudryk and Nkunku scored the other goals for the Blues. And yeah, long story short, Chelsea dominated the match after a cautious start, with Mudryk doubling the lead early in the second half. Felix deflected shot and Nkunku's penalty further extended their advantage before Panathinaikos basically got their consolation goal and made it 4-1. The other thing that I wanted to mention is...
Did United play yesterday?
Sadly.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see. So what happened to them?
They drew 1-1 with Fenerbahce. Ten Hag, if I catch him, oh my God, I can't stand that guy.
What are your views on him?
I can't stand. He's ridiculous. I think, you know what it is with these Dutch managers? they just like have no charisma or like people skills, and they're just rude for no reason. And like every interview he does, it's just so insane. Like he just seems so out of touch, and he's just so like short with everybody. And I don't know if you guys saw, but yesterday Bruno Fernandes got sent off last game, so like he was suspended. So instead of playing Ahmad or like one of even Eriksson in the 10, he played Mazraoui, the right back, in the 10, and said, "Oh, because when he was a youth player at Ajax, I coached him and he used to play 10, so I have experience with him in the 10." And then he didn't put on Ahmad in the second half, took off Rashford, put on Anthony, then Anthony got injured, and then he put on Ahmad, and you can see like Ahmad is so pissed off, like he can't believe that like this is what's happening. But I'm so tired of that. He needs to go, bro. I'm tired of it.
You just feel like he's just a poor manager.
Yeah, I have faith in him in the beginning, but like he's just making so many like decisions where I'm like, I can't even fight for you no more.
Yeah,
because you're not helping yourself at all.
Mourinho got sent off.
Yeah, he did.
What happened with that?
It was like a shout for a penalty for Fenerbahce, and then like he was like asking the fourth official what's going on, and then all of a sudden the ref just came and gave him a red.
Oh wow!
And then the ref. Apparently, Mourinho went to the ref's room after and asked him, and he said at the same time that he was watching the penalty, he was also watching Mourinho, and because of Mourinho's reaction, he gave him a red. It was so strange.
Wow. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention in the reaction is there's going to be some boxing on the weekend. So Jack Catterall is going to be fighting against Regis Prograis. On paper, that's a very good fight. Regis Prograis lost to again Devin Haney sometime last year. Total one-side victory for Haney. And it just looked like Regis Prograis was just on a decline. To be fair, he had a lot of ring rust prior to that fight anyway, so I knew he was going to lose it to Haney. But I feel like since, after the loss to Just Taylor, which was a sick fight, by the way, at that time, but that was many years ago. So he's basically on the decline now. And I feel like Jack Catterall is basically on the rise. Jack Catterall also beat Just Taylor as well, so it's one of those triangular things. But I feel like Jack Catterall's got the skill set to beat Prograis at this point in Prograis' career. You know what I'm saying? He's got the speed, and he's just got little things here and there that I feel like an older Prograis is going to struggle with. So it'll still be worth watching, I think, anyway. But we'll see what happens. Probably go to decision. Also wanted to mention AJ's expected rematch with Dubois. So that's been postponed, man. Oh, what? Yeah, it was meant to be in February. That's been postponed due to time constraints, apparently. Dubois is the IBF heavyweight champion. Obviously, you guys know he knocked out AJ in September, and a rematch was proposed. AJ was fully on it. Eddie Hearn was on it. Dubois was on it, because Dubois thinks it's just going to be easy work again, of course. But Eddie Hearn's come out basically and expressed concerns about the quick turnaround for the rematch. It's in February, though. But obviously, maybe you think he just needs more time, innit? Yeah, mentally as well, innit? Mm-hmm. So long story short, what they're saying is I'm hearing it might be around May. Okay, I'll give it some time, yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens there. But besides that...
Did you guys see what happened to Lil Durk?
What happened to Durk?
Yeah, this morning,
the FBI
right?
arrested him.
He's been...
this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, he's facing death penalty.
Oh, man.
For what's it called? Something to
murder
kill?
For hire.
Murder, that's it, murder for hire. Something that happened in 2022.
What's it called? They killed King Von. Quando Rondo's friends killed King Von. Basically, apparently Lil Durk and his people killed Quando Rondo's cousin. Lil Pup or something like that. And from what I saw on the internet this morning, they did it in rentals that were purchased using credit cards tied to his OTF business. Which is insane. Which is
nothing worse I hate than a criminal is a stupid criminal.
Yeah. I don't know if it's tied to... It said it was tied to OTF, so I'm assuming that's his company. Or maybe it's just the gang in general. But yeah, so they picked up the three of the four guys from the shooting. And then they picked up Lil Durk this morning. And apparently he's facing either life or death penalty.
What?
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't.
Can't go around killing people.
That's crazy, man.
Durk, yo.
Good boy. Isn't him?
Oh, that's him.
There's something about him recently, though.
Yeah, he got given the keys to the city.
Oh yeah, he got keys to the
Yeah,
city.
yeah. And to be fair, people are saying that how
And
can you,
people
how
that
you gonna give
a known murderer,
a known
like,
murderer
a
a key
known-
to the city?
He
Yeah.
got 2 keys to the city
Serious?
in the same day.
Did he got keys to the
Yeah,
city?
exactly.
Yeah, Chicago gave him 2
Yeah,
keys
but-
to the city.
They didn't know. They technically didn't know about Diddy's stuff at the time,
Oh, you said Diddy got a keys to the city.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, when?
but they didn't know about it. It was
Last
only
year,
rumors of his
Oh, that's
foolishness.
crazy.
But with Dirk, there's receipts of his foolishness.
But what's Dirk's receipts? Is it just the music?
So who knows the receipts? Because he's not in jail.
Who?
Who knows the receipts?
Well, now he
Oh,
is.
receipts.
Of Dirk?
He is now. He's got arrested.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
fact that he
I don't think it was
got the
rumors
keys
that
to the city.
is it known that he was part of a gang and all that kind of stuff?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
OTF. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
There's your receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So that's receipts.
Diddy's known to be part of a bloody gang, and he got keys to the city.
Did he
Yeah,
think
that's the crazy
didn't
part.
Have do you know what? I have no horse in this race. Like I literally don't.
Like, and I swear, everybody who was anybody knew about Diddy's reach. And wasn't he accused of being an informant for the feds anyway?
yeah. I mean, a lot of these things are for publicity.
City, then.
Like, I'm pretty sure Lil Durk got the keys to the city because of like his philanthropy work that he's been doing the past year. But then now people are saying like he's doing that philanthropy work because he knows this case is dropping.
They
Like,
always
he
know
needs
when the
the-
kid is coming, man.
He needs the good character.
Did he went on a whole tour talk about his brother Love now? What do you think that was for jokes?
Yeah.
I saw him on a TV show recently. I
Dirk.
don't remember what it was. Yeah, Lil Durk.
Oh, Power.
Was it?
He was
Yeah,
on
it
Power.
was,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was on Power.
Oh, it's the second half back.
It's finished.
It's finished. Yeah.
Oh,
done.
sorry. Don't say
Where
that.
do you live?
Yeah, it's literally done.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, they need to work on the promotion, man.
Yeah. They're done now.
Oh, that's a shame, man.
Hopefully,
Free Dirk.
I want to say
It's a
hopefully, but like
Did you say free Dirk?
No.
Isn't it?
Can I be honest, yeah? What's
Isn't it led that
make,
he killed somebody?
no, but what's making me cringe is the guys that I'm seeing online writing on their stories are they've got my bro, free him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, you know,
black men act
you are
like you've
not
been here
OTF,
before,
you are
man.
not OTF,
You're British as
bro.
well. Sorry,
But some
that
people
stuff makes me
Nah,
makes me so
I know-
shy.
I
some
know
people never make out the hood.
An Arab dude from Springfield, where I'm from, who has an OTF tattoo, and I think it's so insane. Yeah, he has an OTF tattoo, and I'm like, bro, like you don't know any of them. You're not involved.
That's
But-
got to be literacy.
But yeah, he has it.
That's actually got to be literacy. It has to be.
They ride for their favorites. It's crazy.
What's OTF?
Oh,
Only the Family,
Dirk's gang is called like Only the Family.
What was OnlyFans?
Where's the tea come from?
I don't know. I was wondering. Like, where did you got the tea from?
Yeah, only the family.
So yeah, renting cars using your OTF credit card is crazy.
That's such a dumb criminal. But then I always find that when people are gonna get caught for stuff, they end up like they
Making
take so
small
much.
mistakes.
Yeah, like they take so much care
Precaution.
with a lot of things, and then the littlest,
the
the
littlest
the
thing.
easiest thing is what they get caught for. But that's how it's just meant to be. That's how you have the day you deserve.
And then even like they'll tell on themselves. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the internet like spurred this on a lot because for a while after King Von died, like they didn't do anything and everyone kept doing the slide for Von. You have to go get your get back.
Yeah.
And then one day Dirk was like, "You see how y'all stopped saying slide for Von? I took care of it." Like, why would you? Why would you do that? Why would you tell everybody you taking care of it? Like, just let the internet do their thing.
Because again, it's that thing that about wanting to be cool and wanting to
Yeah.
appear as this and that. Now you're in jail.
You let them get to you, and now you're facing the death penalty.
Well, which one is his girlfriend? Which one is that?
That in India.
Oh, that's
India
India's
girl.
man. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. Has he got any kids?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he does.
You got quite a few, innit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Dirk. Dirk has a lot
He's
of
got more than
kids.
Future and
Yeah.
the canon.
No.
Isn't he the one?
No. He's the one who has the white baby mom.
There's someone who said that one of the rappers got more kids than Nick Cannon, but no one really talks about it enough.
Oh, serious?
I can't remember. One of the Lils or something. I don't know. Ciao. I
Lil
don't know.
Wayne?
Huh?
Lil Wayne?
No way. No one cares about that. He needs to has other things. He needs to get IV drip for hydration and stuff. He's got other things on his mind. Oh well. Well. You're
Yeah,
right.
man. Quickly, just wanted to say some fixtures as well because the weekend's got some big games. Well, today, Nottingham Forest is going to be playing Leicester City. On Saturday, Aston Villa against Bournemouth, Brentford against Ipswich, Brighton against Wolves, Man City against Southampton, and Everton against Fulham. On Sunday now, you've got Chelsea and Newcastle. You've got Crystal Palace and Tottenham. You've got West Ham and Man United. And, of course, you've got Arsenal versus Liverpool. Big game. Miles, Brent, what's happening in that Arsenal-Liverpool game?
I think Liverpool's taking it. Yeah, as much as I don't like them, they're on a good run right now, and Arsenal have a lot of injuries. And I'm tired of Arteta not playing. What's his name? Ethan. I can never say his last name. Nwaneri. Nwaneri. He's just so defensive. He just played 3 defensive midfielders and then not play this young kid who's ready. But then you have over at Barca, they're playing like 3 16-year-olds and they're all balling out.
No, different circumstances, man. You can't really compare it like that.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I mean, I definitely do think that he should get a run up, right? Because I do believe that we don't have anybody in that position right now. So
that's my point. I'm like, if Odegaard was there, I would say fair enough. But Odegaard's injured. You don't have another player who plays that position. This dude is like he looks physically ready and he's talented. He can play. I think you have to give him a chance. And if he's truly not ready, then what was the point in playing him against Spurs? 2-3 years ago? Then it was clearly just for show or just like to get him to sign a contract. So I just think like if you really have faith in these players and they can really play, then you should play them. Otherwise, there was no point in selling Reece Nelson or Smith Rowe because now you don't have a backup cam.
Ow! Need a little. Yeah, I think he might play him on the weekend.
I hope so.
Or he might get some minutes.
Because as much as I don't like Arsenal, him and Miles Lewis-Skelly, they can play. They're talented. So I think if they get a chance, they're gonna really show it.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game.
Hopefully Arsenal win. I hate Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call it, but it'll be interesting. Very interesting. Good morning, Femstar.
Hello?
Hello.
Right then. Is United playing on the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, play West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
What's the score?
And it's gonna be this is West Ham at home.
West Ham. Yeah, at London Stadium. 2-1 United. I'll say. 2-1. This guy always finds a way to keep his job, so so I'll give it to him.
All right, fair. All right, Emmanuel.
All right. Let's go into the wrap up. All right, people. Thank you once again for tuning in. Today we spoke about Keir Starmer again in the news about this discussion over slavery reparations. Guys, he's not on it, man. Let's just accept the reality. Also, UK and Germany, they signed a landmark defense agreement aimed at boosting security, investment, and jobs. We spoke about that. We also spoke about the Argentinian police basically raiding the hotel where Liam Payne basically fell to his death, man. So I don't know if there's some untoward things happening over there. We spoke about down the street blocking moves to include a ban on smoking outdoors, right? So that's also something that may come up in this upcoming tobacco and vapes bill. We spoke about the top LA prosecutor backing the Menendez brothers being released on parole. And trigger warning as well, guys. Spoke about the baby that was born after a mother sadly fell to her death, man, in Leeds, falling out of a Leeds tower block. Also, we spoke about how gambling poses a huge global threat to public health. This is what experts basically unveiled in a new report. And Denzel Washington basically hotting up some autograph hunters. And we also spoke about Canada looking to reduce new immigration by 21%, which is a major policy shift for the Liberal government over there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to reverse its unpopularity and remain in power. Of course, we had a wonderful guest, Miles. Big up, Miles.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming in.
Big up, Miles.
Cleats for Africa, right?
Yep.
Guys, Ed as well put a link to the GoFundMe in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
And I'll send the PayPal in there because I do prefer the PayPal because GoFundMe fees are crazy.
Okay, so guys, PayPal, please.
So I'll send the PayPal in a second. Yeah.
You part of the Discord?
Yeah, I'm in the Discord.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
All right, perfect, man. Yes, that's pretty much it.
Good morning, Femstar.
Okay.
Is your name Femi?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, big up Femis.
Yeah. No, I didn't know you lot were wrapping up. I've been in that stage for a while, but it's all
That's all right,
good.
babes. What have you got? What
Can
have
I
you got
just
for
chime
us?
in for like 2 minutes? No, when you lot were talking about the dirt situation.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yes, please.
Yeah, because they was talking about the indictment, weren't they, on academics and WAC 100, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very peak for him because the other guys were arrested like a day before. And you know how, like, with the Diddy thing, then it's the federal case, so the feds unseal the indictment. You know, when they read out the arrest charges and whatnot.
Mm.
And in the indictments, they made claim to a defendant number one, who people kind of guess was Dirk, but they had him all over the documents, as in, oh, he told
Yikes.
defendant number two to go and hire this thing and hire that thing. And then when you were talking about paying for stuff with the credit card, so basically they paid for masks, gloves, all of that stuff with the business credit card.
These are such stupid criminals,
One of the guys flew to LA on a private jet. They got that as well. So basically they know that obviously someone has snitched. So the rumor is that one of the defendants might just be an assistant who just books flights for them, who might be a civilian or doesn't know anything about all of this. And he might have just said, yeah, he told me to book those flights.
Oh,
so they've hired some guys from Chicago to go to LA to catch someone. They caught someone else instead. And they've done it apparently in front of the Beverly Center, which is one of the hottest kind of places in. So it's not looking good for him at all. And then the day after, he gets arrested, and his charges will probably get read out because he's getting what they call it, extradited to LA to face charges. And it's quite bad because this thing has just been going on for so long, and it's like all these guys kind of that was in that drill scene in Chicago, and you know they got big. They kind of should have known to leave the streets where the streets are. And Dirk is like a millionaire, you know. He should have been out of this a long time ago because at the end of the day, you know, King Von was, for me, I think he was the biggest disease to all of them. Because if you look at all the people that have been arrested, all the people that have been killed, there's always a link to King Von somewhere along the line. And Dirk being so involved with Von caused him so much problems in his career. I know Dirk is not an angel, but Von brought a lot of trouble to him. Even in his death, he's still bringing trouble to him, you know. And a lot of, you know, Von would have gone down with I don't know if you guys remember the old block guys that did a murder in Chicago. Von would have gone down for the same thing, murder for hire, because he was giving them money to buy guns and do this and that, and the police knew about it, so he would have probably been in jail if he was still alive anyway as part of that case. So it's really sad, man, and it's I think it's a good example, especially for our children that listen to that type of music. You know, we see it in the UK as well. Like you can't just. It's not just music.
It's not just content.
Like it's not just content. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is real life stuff. People getting killed, people going to jail, and we have to really watch, you know, our children and say, you know what? Yeah, look at this example. Like Dirk is a good example if he got out of the game, as in he does stuff for his community. He does. That's why you guys are saying he got the keys to the city, because he does good stuff for his community. But if you leave the game behind, that's amazing. That's like Ghost in Power, isn't it? If you left the game behind fully, like he was trying to at the end, but if you're in and out of the game, eventually the police will catch up to you, man. So
I don't know if you can,
crazy.
Because his whole persona and his whole like selling point is that he's this old block rapper with all this street cred, and he raps about the things he raps about. If he leaves his hood and doesn't have that backing anymore, I think.
Yeah, but he must have felt the walls closing down on him, bro. Because if you look in the last 6 months to 1 year, he's started going, you know, oh, he's a Muslim now.
Yeah.
You know, the walls are closing in on them. You know, you can't do a murder in a place that.
By then it's too late.
Big, no? That public, it is too late. I mean, these indictments. They've got phone records, they've got credit card records, they've got people snitching, they've got wiretaps, they've got, you know, this indictment says June of this year they knew about all of this, as in they knew about all the people. So, and they've started making arrests in October. So, what else are they gonna do? It's over for them, unfortunately. But if you live by that life, unfortunately, it can happen, can't it?
It's interesting. Like the police pretty much banning Chief Keef from Chicago pretty much saved his life.
Saved him,
yeah, because he was forced to go to LA or forced to like just not be involved, and then now he's just out of it completely.
Yeah, if anyone ever gets a chance to watch that Chirac war stuff, like from back in the days, it's very scary, like it's like the music that we were listening to then, and you kind of, oh, drill is real, but when you see what was actually happening, it's very, very like it's like film stuff, but it's reality for those guys,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, but big up you lot anyway. Let me let you go home.
Thanks, babes. Have a great day.
Thanks, man.
All right, take care, mate.
That's hard, man. But guys, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on socials, The Day After TMB on X, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. Yeah. And don't forget to vote for Daryl Blake. Boom, 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 boom. And that's it, man. Again, big up, Miles. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate ya.
Y'all take care.
And yeah, guys, have a great weekend. See you later.
Hey.